Your favorite.
Yeah, my Darth Vader brand inhaler. And Craig.
Darth Vader brand inhaler?
Well, no, but
No. I'm gonna say, you do not have one of those. Hello and welcome to episode 58 of the Watch It Bro podcast. As previously, I'm Tristan,
and I'm Marshall.
and it's Star Wars Day.
It is Star Wars Day.
I'm so excited.
Uh,
But yes, we are going
yeah,
to be looking at the first episode of Star Wars, A New Hope, which is actually episode 4
it is.
of 7.
Fun fact.
What?
We're going to start out with the fun facts right away. When it was released
Yes.
in 1977, it was just called Star Wars.
Yes, it was. A New Hope didn't come until later.
New Hope did not come until 1981 for its re-release in theaters.
Right. So you have the actual theatrical release of it, don't you?
I mean, it's on VHS from 70s, so yes.
Right. So you have a copy of A New Hope before it was A New Hope and when it was just Star Wars.
Uh, Actually, it might be A New Hope from the release after it was redubbed or
Because
redone. Now I gotta check.
I wonder. Oh, you still have your headset on. Cool.
I
No,
do.
because I wonder if
Yes,
there's
yes,
a
I do. It
way.
just says Star Wars.
Okay. So that would be able to see what people who saw it in theaters for the first time saw, where it doesn't have, like, even the writing doesn't have A New Hope episode 4 on it.
Right.
Because I believe once, we're not Return of the Jedi, once The Empire Strikes Back came out, that is when A New Hope became A New Hope and became episode 4.
Yes. Yeah. They after that, they got the episodes down, started changing it up just a little bit, at least the titles, and making sure it's a cohesive, overarching story and naming convention.
Right. And we'll talk about some things that come up during episode 4 that or come this movie that are still there, that let you know that, oh yeah, this was supposed to be a standalone movie when it was made.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say
Wasn't
it's supposed to be a
supposed
standalone movie. It was set
to
up
prepare.
as like, hey, if this is our one shot, we're doing it, making it work as its own thing, but
Right.
can
So
be
there are
expanded upon.
right, and there are, obviously when you start getting into a trilogy and then later a saga, you're gonna have things in the original trilogy and the original film that aren't going to entirely hold up, but
Okay.
we'll get into that, like certain little things. And then I'm gonna talk about one that's completely arbitrary and stupid, but absolutely bothers me to no end.
Really?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okay. Yeah, we're still at the title.
Right. So this movie, Star Wars: A New Hope, was directed and written by George Lucas.
Yes, yes, written and directed.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's starring. I'm gonna get into a starring cast. Mark Hamill, who, well, you probably haven't seen his face a lot other than Star Wars, but you've heard his voice because he has had uh, one of the biggest careers in voice acting that I know of.
Yeah.
He's gone on to voice uh, the Joker in Batman the Animated Series,
He, for a lot of people,
multiple.
is the quintessential Joker.
Right, and I believe he has since stepped away from the role in the wake of the passing of Kevin Conroy.
Yes, yes. After he said that's his Batman, he hasn't done a project without Kevin Conroy as Batman, and he won't. And since he passed, he is now retired from doing the Joker.
Yep. He was also voiced the Hobgoblin in Spider-Man's animated series from in the mid '90s.
Yes, he did.
He also was in Avatar: The Last Airbender series and Metalocalypse.
Yeah, just to name a few. But I mean, he's had a huge career
He
with
has
voice acting. He also
definitely,
shows
yes.
up every so often doing acting parts. A lot of times playing himself.
Yeah, he plays himself probably more than he plays other characters.
Yeah, he played the trickster in the original Flash series in not the 60s, the 90s.
Oh yes.
And he reprised his role as the trickster for the CW Flash show a few years back.
I like when they do that. When excuse me, you get people that come back, like when Tom Welling reprised his role as Superman in the
Oh yeah, the Infinite Crisis crossover of all those CW shows.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of gave us a button to the end of the Smallville series. It gave us an idea of where that character went because they brought Brandon Routh back as a Superman 2, and as well as um, trying to think. I mean, Burt Ward was in it too, in the crossover as well as Dick Grayson for a brief cameo as well.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah,
Because I didn't know Burt Ward was still alive.
he is. He is.
Anyway, we're getting a little too far down that rabbit hole. Back to Star Wars.
Yeah, we're just with Mark Hamill. Uh,
Yeah, moving on
who's
from
next?
Mark Hamill.
Who's next on
We,
your weird Wikipedia starring list?
yeah, I'm not happy with Wikipedia on this one.
Wikipedia is bad.
No, Wikipedia is great. But after that, we have the great and legendary Harrison Ford, who you might remember from Indiana Jones as Indiana Jones,
Yeah, he's returning to the podcast. Thank you, Mr.
not
Ford.
as Indiana Jones.
No, not as Indiana Jones.
Very similar. Space Indiana Jones.
Uh, no,
Says,
no. Solo's a little more scoundrelly than Indiana Jones is.
sure. Evil Indiana Jones. I wouldn't go that far either, though.
No.
But out of everybody, I don't know. I was gonna say out of everybody in our starring cast, I would say he went on to have the biggest on-camera career.
Yeah,
This
I think
is
I think so. Out of the Star Wars, he had the biggest on-camera movie career.
yes, and this is his actually third appearance on our podcast. Did you freeze or are you thinking?
No, I'm thinking. Sorry.
You froze then. Anyway, we're waiting
Uh,
for Marshall to pick if he can get to
yeah.
the third movie.
Nope. I'm. Oh yes, the Frisco Kid.
There it is.
So we've had a Harrison Ford episode in each season.
Yes, we have our obligatory Harrison Ford. But yeah, he was also in like The Fugitive, Air Force One.
American Graffiti.
Yeah,
Uh,
lots of stuff.
just lots of things.
Just almost everything. It was so good.
Yep. Yeah, he had a good career. I mean, and for he start. I mean, he started out in the industry as a carpenter, uh, working on movie sets, and he
Mm,
actually just was a temporary spot holder for this role. Till they cast somebody, he was reading lines that everybody like, well, let's just use you. It's like okay,
that's right,
kind
because
of
he
worked.
wasn't a big name yet.
No, I think this was like his second role because he did American Graffiti with George Lucas first. Then was his carpenter on some of his projects. Like, come read for this. We haven't got an actor yet. Um, I believe at some point it was almost going to go to Tom Selleck.
That would have been fun too.
It would have been a very different to Han Solo because I can't see Tom Selleck doing his grumpy and smarmy.
Yeah, and so is now a time for a fun fact about Harrison Ford and the
I mean,
character
I've
of
been
Han
saying fun
Solo.
facts about I've been saying fun facts, so yeah, let's do it now.
Fun
Unless you have it
fact.
specifically for a scene.
No, Harrison Ford wanted wanted Han Solo to be killed off.
He did. He wasn't so adamant about it. He wanted it after the second movie.
Right. And that's how the Carbonite came to be.
Yep. Yep.
Moving on, we have Peter Cushing, who,
Oh,
yeah,
that is not where I expected to go. And why are you going with Peter Cushing next? You can change it.
no, this is the order according to the Wikipedia.
I,
I
I
have done it. I have done it. I have done it straight down the list of the Wikipedia this entire podcast. I'm not changing it now.
but I mock it every time.
That's fine. That's our thing.
Okay.
But yes, Peter Cushing is next. And I did not know he had such an extensive career in the old thriller horror film industry.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Very
mean,
much into Frankenstein.
he's an
I think he
established actor. I mean, at this point, he is like bringing in. I mean, this it, good comparison is this is bringing in the Patrick Stewart for Xavier role, or you're bringing that classic actor who's done a whole bunch of things.
hmm No, he had quite a list. It just yeah, it was the old monster films he was part of.
Yeah,
Big into the old monster films.
I guess
Uh,
since he played
the
Grand
biggest
Moff
one.
Tarkin, the Ian
Well,
McKellen would have been a better comparison. But anyway,
yep. Fun fact about Ian McKellen. No,
he
they're
was in a
doing
little
another.
film called The
They're
Lord of
doing
the
more
Rings.
Lord of the Rings. They're doing another Lord of the Rings
They are,
with Elijah Wood.
yeah.
and Ian McKellen all signed on.
Yeah, well, Elijah Wood doesn't look like he aged at all, so it works. Do
Following Peter Cushing, we have
we
Sir
have any
Alec
Funcashing?
Guinness. No, do you?
Okay, here's the Patrick Stewart comparison. Alec Guinness, the good guy,
Yes.
the
Uh,
classically
yeah.
trained actor.
Right, and he did a lot more theater than he
He did.
did on camera stuff. He was most notable, not I don't know, say most notably, in Oliver Twist in 1948. Biggest thing I recognize from him.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it's extensive theater work, and that's just a testament to like the fact of like I knew Alec Guinness when I was in the 90s watching Star Wars for the first time. I knew the name Alec Guinness,
Yeah.
and that came from a time where theater actors were still popular in the mainstream Hollywood and still reputable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and he was we knew his name watching Star Wars, and it's like, oh, Alec Guinness, that's who plays. It's. I
Right,
mean, I can't tell you half the people that play in movies nowadays. Usually.
right. But like I knew Alec Guinness. I couldn't tell you anything he'd been in, but I knew the name
Yeah.
and I knew him by face. Fun fact about Alec Guinness
Ooh, I like fun facts.
is he did not like this role.
Famously, yes.
Famously, they've asked about it in interviews. He's like, "I don't get it. It's stupid." Eh,
I mean, to be fair, Harrison Ford took a page out of that book. It's like, whatever, it's Star Wars. I don't care. Whenever he's doing interviews about it.
sure, sure, but
But yeah, no, he was. I mean, but he was professional about it. He showed up. He did his job. He just after the facts, like it's a stupid space movie. I don't get it.
yeah. Well, I think I think I remember hearing that he signed on because he thought it was going to be something different, and then he got in there and filming, and he goes, "So what's going on?"
Yeah, yeah,
And then it wasn't a trilogy, but he signed on to do the other two movies.
yeah. It's like, hey, we want you to come back. Like, you're gonna pay me
Sure.
more? Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, okay, I guess. Am I back to life? No, no, just small things. Okay, yeah, I can carve out time for you. Now,
Now, what does
according
the
to the
Wikipedia say next?
that's what I was getting to. According to the Wikipedia, that ends our starring credits. But in my heart, I'm like, no way. But then I
Yes.
was like, maybe in 1977 when this was a nothing movie on an $11 million budget, spoilers, then maybe those are all who got billed with starring credit. But in for me, I'm going to go next into Anthony Daniels and the beloved
Really? You chose
C3PO.
Anthony Daniels next?
I did. I did. I want to say alphabetical, but that's not true either. Who would you have chosen next?
Carrie Fisher,
Oh,
Princess
so
Leia.
Carrie. So I skipped Carrie Fisher.
Was she before Peter Cushing's?
She was.
Okay, that I would have expected her with the top 3 to be there, but things I didn't wanna step on your toes.
No, no, yep, no, I went right by Carrie Fisher. Wow. So after Harrison Ford, we have Carrie Fisher.
Are you gonna fix are you gonna edit that around or
No.
you're like, "No, that's too much work, this is funny."
I could lie to you and say yes, but we both know that it would just end up with me not doing it, just us talking about it.
That's fair.
But Carrie Fisher, I didn't know she was in Blues Brothers.
Yeah,
It would have helped a lot if I'd seen Blues Brothers. So I mean, there is that. But she was
true.
also in When Harry Met Sally, and she had a stint on 30 Rock.
She did. She
She also
also
did a.
starred.
Go ahead.
I wasn't gonna I said starred, but I mean, she had a small role in, Scream 3 as well as Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh yeah, she was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yep, she played a
She
nun.
also, she also was in a Hallmark retelling of A Christmas Carol.
Really? Who'd she play?
She was
Mrs. Cratchit?
the ghost of Christmas Present, I think.
Okay, that works.
Or I'm trying to remember. Was there a ghost of was it or was it just
With
something like
Bertha
that? Yeah,
Burley?
she maybe, but yeah, it was she was with Emanuela Vaugier, the Jasmine from
Did
Secondhand
you
Lions,
Okay.
and it was like yeah, it was funny 'cause it was super meta. They made a lot of part of the what made the movie so funny is like they were riffing on themselves being a spoof of A Christmas Carol, and so she's like, "Gosh, what movie is this like?" And so Carrie Fisher starts naming movies, and she's like, "No, not that one, not that one." And Carrie Fisher's like, Not Star Wars. She goes, no, not Star Wars. I'm like, hey, you did the thing.
Yeah.
But Carrie Fisher, um, yeah, that was a rough one when she passed
Yeah.
because she was
Uh,
the first of the main cast to go, wasn't she?
I think so.
And I guess fun fact,
Okay.
she had herself built a custom urn that is a giant Prozac pill.
She had a great sense of humor,
She did.
um, and liked to joke, liked to roast, liked to make fun of everything, basically.
She did.
Also, since we're talking about Carrie Fisher, fun fact: when everybody, the whole crew and everybody headed over to London to do some filming, everybody was going coach, and her mom Debbie Reynolds called and talked to Lucas like, how dare you put my daughter in coach? And Carrie Fisher was in the room at the time. She took the phone. Was like, "Hey, leave off. I'm going coach with everybody else. Stop it. Doing my thing."
Yeah.
She had some other choice words, but this is family friendly, so I'm not saying them.
Thank you. She also did like to cuss.
She did.
Yeah, she could. She could. She had a mouth on her that would make a trucker blush.
That she did.
But moving on, I think I was gonna say we should go back to Anthony Daniels. He has not done much other than
Yes.
C-3PO.
Yes, now we can go back to Anthony Daniels. And that is 3PO is his claim to fame.
Yes. Moving on from Anthony
'Cause
Daniels, go ahead.
I was gonna say he was in the suit for most of the Star Wars movies. He did the voice of him, animated, and pretty much anything else. Anything that requires C-3PO is usually Anthony Daniels. I don't think anybody else has ever taken on the role. Even like in Clone Wars or some of the animated stuff. I think
No,
that's it.
he's been in everything. I looked him up, and it's him. It's him for everything.
And
And
we
he
had a fun
was
fact about Anthony Daniels when he did Wizard of Oz, but we'll bring it up again because I'm going to bring it up again. That his costume was so stiff that he had to lean back on a board to rest during takes, like the Tin Man, because it was just kind of fit into his suit, and it wasn't easy to sit in
yeah.
it.
No, I'm sure it wasn't easy to even be in.
Nope, it was a really thin man too.
Yes. After him, we have Kenny Baker,
Good.
who is in his second film of our podcast.
Yep,
He was in Willow.
he was.
He was
Uh,
also in Flash Gordon and Labyrinth, starring David Bowie.
Interesting. And Jennifer,
True. I only saw Labyrinth the one time.
did you? I'm
Yeah.
surprised I didn't see it more growing up. It's Jim Henson, and I was all about the Muppets, but
I know Rachel
I
had that
didn't
conversation of like, we just didn't watch it.
I didn't see it till later in life. I was with Dark Crystal instead.
Yeah, we were big into Dark Crystal. Anyway, after Kenny Baker, we have Peter Mayhew.
Fun fact about
Yes, sir.
well, not really a fun fact, but there was times during the filming that he would often be forgotten in the R2D2 costume when he went to lunch because they're like just no, it's R2D2. He's just a character. Let's go to lunch, guys. It's like get back here, you sons of guns. But yeah,
Right, because R2D2, he had like there was a control console in there to get him to move and all that stuff.
yes, yeah. So yeah, this type of movie, they didn't build a robot like they have now. They've got little wire controlled R2D2s, but for these movies, he was sitting inside the little R2D2 can with a little screen that he could look at and controlled it from in.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have Peter Mayhew.
Yes. Who? Fun
As
fact. Oh wait,
yes,
no. Do your thing first.
he's Chewbacca.
Yes, and he stood at 7'3".
Yes, he did, and he would play Chewbacca all the way up until the unfortunate episode 7.
Did he play it in 7? He did, didn't he?
That was his last time playing, donning the Chewbacca suit.
Interesting. Yeah.
Being 7'3", at that later time in life, he was just too. His frame was too big
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
stand, and
He walked with a cane, a lot like the actor that played Jaws in James Bond movies,
yeah,
who was in Happy Gilmore as Adam Sandler's boss.
with the
The
nail.
construction. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't have much else that Peter Mayhew has been in. He was a lot like Anthony Daniels and pretty much stuck just to Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I guess second to last on our yeah, we have David Prowse as
Oh,
Darth
good.
Vader,
I'm glad you mentioned David Prowse because if you didn't, I was going to.
who I don't know, fun fact, almost left Star Wars after this movie because they had recorded the entire movie, and then when they were watching it back, they realized that his voice was not intimidating, and
No,
so they
he has a very heavy Bristol accent, uh, and it didn't work for for Vader at all.
yeah, his voice didn't work, and so they replaced him with James Earl Jones
Yep.
and did not tell David Prowse, so he did not find out until the screening of the film when he's sitting there and he was excited to see himself and hear himself, and he did not hear himself, and he was very, very upset by this.
Yeah, that's got to be a the fact that they didn't tell him is not cool.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's like that's got to be a hard conversation. It's just like, well, maybe we just do this and see what happens.
maybe he won't notice.
Maybe he'll think he actually sounds like that. We could we just go. Oh, but fun fact, since you mentioned David Prowse, and David Prowse is a tall man too,
Six
um,
six.
6'6", and they Lucas was like, "Okay, you two are the tall guys. Who wants to be in the Vader suit? Who wants to be in the Chewbacca suit?" And May's like, "I want to be a good guy." And Prowse like, "I'll be the bad guy." That's great. Um, so they kind of got to pick.
That's cool.
Yeah,
And yes, as I mentioned, James Earl Jones does famously voice Darth Vader,
not Dark Vader,
not Dark Vader.
Darth.
And that figure that rounds out our starring cast. And my 4 additions past what the Wikipedia told us. Music in this movie was famously done by the great John Williams.
Yes, in adding to his repertoire of music that people hum for all eternity.
Yes, yes. And as I mentioned, I think earlier, Star Wars was made on a budget of $11 million,
Yep.
but it brought in 775.4 million at the box office. So it did moderately well.
Yeah. Yeah. He
I
got
like how I make those jokes and you're like, yeah, yeah, moderately well. That's
yep
how I would
moderately
describe
well.
it too.
Um.
Like, don't give me the laugh.
Oh, okay. Ha ha ha. I can't fake laugh well, can I?
No, no, but feel free to keep trying.
Okay. Uh. He got he. Uh. Lucas's good friend Steven Spielberg was the one that helped bring in John Williams to score the thing. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm waiting for you to finish the thought.
Oh, that was it. I mean, that's
Oh, it
because
seemed
John.
the way you ended that, it seemed like there was more, and I was waiting for the more.
Oh no, because I mean, because John Williams worked with Steven Spielberg several times before this, and he's like, "Here, use my guy." But
To be so famous that your guy is John Williams. Hang on, you need music? I got a music guy for you.
yeah, but Lucas was so sure this movie would be a flop that he did not attend the screening of it. Instead he went on vacation to Hawaii with Steven Spielberg, where they came up with the idea for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Uh, that's funny.
Yeah. Also, when negotiating his salary for doing the directing of the movie after it got picked up, he took a lower cut of the salary in exchange for full merchandising rights,
Oh boy.
which was, I mean, people didn't do that back then. And he's like, I
No.
want all, and man, we got a lot of cool aliens from that. He's like, what could be a toy? All this could be toys.
Everything could be toys.
Yes,
People buy vehicles as toys.
yeah, they do. They buy everything.
They do.
Like this. I got a little Lego, oh no, the Falcon and Han Solo. Harrison, George Lucas saw a cut of that.
That's right. Because he's on, and he's indefinitely on any merchandise Star Wars related. Period.
Yes.
Well, Marshall,
Okay. I think that's enough of the fun facts about the before we start.
shall we enter a long, long time ago and go to a galaxy far, far away?
I think we should. Hang on, let me put my little Millennium Falcon back. Okay. Look, he's next to a little Christmas Darth Maul. It came in my Star Wars Advent calendar. Star Wars Lego Advent calendar.
Did you hear the words that you said.
Yes. I've got a snowman R2D2 Lego figure too.
A snowman R2D2?
Yeah, it's got little carrots at the little flappy bits on his front and little coals for his eyes or little sensors.
Was that you said it was a Star Wars Lego
Advent calendar from several years
advent
back.
calendar?
Yeah.
Oh, do they still make them or no?
I think they do one every year,
I have to get that for
or they
Finley.
they might be doing might be mostly doing the Harry Potter ones. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
Lego usually has a bunch of advent calendars.
because Harry Potter's coming back
It is.
as a series this time,
Yeah. Yeah, Warner Brothers is doing a big 10-year project with it.
and J.K. Simmons has signed up. Nope, J.K. Rowling has signed on to oversee it, I believe.
Meh. Not
Last
as
I
much as I think she would like, but she's there as kind of a.
last I heard, she was still involved in the creative process
Oh,
of it.
she's still involved. She just doesn't have final say. Well, anyway, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but
Yeah. So we kick off Star Wars with the 20th Century Fox logo because Marshall likes them logos.
I do. And this is one of the pinnacles of logos because even movies that aren't Star Wars, you see that 20th Century Fox logo, you get the music with it. You're like, is it gonna be Star Wars? It's gonna be Star Wars, isn't it? You're like, oh, it's not Star Wars. What movie am I watching? But it that the that transitioned into the Star Wars logo and the crawl is just kind of is very iconic.
And then unfortunately, I watched it on the Disney Plus, like you said to, and we get the Lucasfilm logo right after that. And I don't know if it was originally a Lucasfilm because I don't think Lucasfilm existed then.
I I don't know about that.
Well, we have the technology.
We, we do have to look that up. I'll talk about the crawl for a second. The crawl, or the words that come up on the screen, the yellow words that go through space, they said is one of the hardest things they had to film for this movie. Uh, the words were hand done on a special high contrast film that was about 4 feet long and about a foot wide. So they had that just kind of laid out. It took them several days to film it at this. They had the camera low to the ground at an angle and just kind of panned it across uh, these words, and then they would superimpose it over the stars sky they had for space. But any little ripple, any little bubble in the film showed up, and they had to do so many takes of this scene. Also, I mean, the back then too, the letters were hand painted onto this film sheet, so it took a lot of time to get done right.
It's fun. Yes, Lucasfilm was around in 1971, so yes, it would have had the Lucasfilm logo on it.
Okay. So yeah, he was. I mean, with not only movies, he did a bunch of other innovations in movie magic and movie making, with Industrial Light and Magic to be one of his companies. Um, so it makes sense that he'd have his Lucasfilm company up and running at that point.
Right, no, it would. Anyway, Marshall just handled the crawl, and we go from the crawl into spaceships.
Yes, we do have spaceships. We've got a CR-90 Carillion Corvette, or Blockade Runner, is what it's called. Like the shorthand name for it, because it goes through blockades. It's got that big front piece. It's being chased by an Imperial class Star Destroyer, which is the Devastator, Vader's flagship of the Armada. Sorry,
Correct.
were you gonna say that?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I am guiding us through this movie, and then I'm gonna sit back and watch you work.
So if it was, we'll talk about it at the end. But I have Star Wars facts because I enjoy this movie. Spoilers.
Then we go inside the spaceship, and we see C-3PO and R2-D2 and a group of rebels.
Yes,
And,
and
and
before
they
we get too far out of the way of C3PO and R2D2, C3PO is a 3PO series protocol droid, which we find out later he's homemade, and then R2D2 is an R2 series astromech. These droids are designed to do repairs on ships in flight, which is why they got little magnetic treads on them.
oh, really? I wonder if that will come back later in this movie.
Not necessarily this movie, but yeah. Well, I mean, he's an astromech. He's a repair droid. He's a mechanic.
Yes.
And he's got his snooty friend who's a protocol droid. But yes, we see R2D2 and C3PO. Sorry.
Yes. And they're up to something.
Well, R2D2's up to something. C3PO's kind of flailing around like, I don't know what's going on. We're being attacked.
Is he modeled after what is that? Danger Will Robinson. Just kind of flails around and says stuff, but doesn't really do much. I
Maybe.
mean, he might be the first droid with anxiety.
Oh, he definitely is the first droid. Well, maybe not the first droid with anxiety. They've been making droids and robots in movies for years before this. Um, but this kind of took it to a new level out of
Yeah.
B movie status. Anyway,
So we see that there's a ship that gets
kerfuffle.
abducted into the space station we're on, I think.
It's the Carillion Corvette blockade runner that gets taken on board the Imperial Star Destroyer.
That thing.
The two ships we saw. It's not a.
They merge into one.
The
Also
big one.
not true. The big one eats the little one. It's like it's going back to its mommy.
No, the big one captures the little one.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
The big one eats the little one. Oh.
Oh, like Pac-Man. Ow, ow, ow.
So then the door breaks open and we get a bunch of stormtroopers.
We do get a bunch of stormtroopers, shortly followed by Vader himself.
And we get the only time in Star Wars history that stormtroopers can actually hit their targets.
They're doing pretty well against these rebel troops.
Yeah. Have you heard Jeff's theory on the whole thing?
No.
Was it Jeff's theory? I don't know. But this whole theory about like the entire trilogy is just one long setup by Darth Vader to try to get face to face with Luke, so he can turn him to the dark side and overthrow the Emperor.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Jeff also thinks that the Empire's the good guys.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay. That might be Barney Stinson.
Yes, that's Barney Stinson.
I was close. Cut that out.
Oh.
What?
But yes, there's a shootout going in the middle of the hallways of this Carillion Corvette.
There is. It's not going well for the rebels. They're running,
They are running.
and they're getting shot while they're running. So
Yeah.
now
Well, Vader's
stormtroopers
there
can hit
too, so
moving
they're kind of
targets.
freaking out.
Yeah. It just this whole scene hits differently having seen Rogue One.
Okay. I was wondering if we were going to talk about Rogue One.
I,
We can touch on it
I
just a little bit since
we
we're right
touch
here.
because throughout all of Star Wars, well, not through I guess, yeah, with Vader in the suit, you never really see fully how scary and intimidating this guy is. And then
Right.
they give us Rogue One.
Say part of that had to do with the filming of this during filming budget, choreography, all that stuff. They didn't have a lot going into this.
Right.
Um,
Well, and they didn't have the Force established like they do now.
right. Well, and I mean they a little bit. They add new things every movie, but Rogue One is a movie that takes place like just before this one, days, weeks,
I call it
maybe.
episode 3.5.
Basically, it's the story of how the Death Star plans got onto this ship, basically. And if you haven't seen it, you should. It hold it. I mean, it's one of the best Star Wars movies.
I would say it's in the tier of
These
the
three,
original trilogy.
yeah, yeah. It's really good and a fun watch.
But like
Um,
that it yeah, because it's funny because I watched it. This is the first time I've watched Star Wars since seeing Rogue One.
oh, okay,
So it's been a while. And so I'm seeing the rebels line up here at the door, and you can hear like some knocking going around behind the door before it buzzed down.
yeah,
And so like I'm picturing that dark hallway, and all you see is the red lightsaber turn on, and you have that moment where everyone's like, "Oh no."
yeah,
And then Darth Vader just walks the hallway and just annihilates effortlessly, and you get to see just how evil and how powerful this guy is.
yeah. And it's and with I mean also with that lead up, you've seen how it goes. It adds a little more weight to this scene because before just watching it, like okay, something happened, something's going on. But now you have going into it, you would have a whole bunch of context because before that you had no context watching this for the first time. You're like, this guy's trying to get these guys, got it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
speaking of
yeah,
Death Star plans,
we cut to Princess Leia. C-3PO is just kind of doing his thing,
he's
and
like,
then
R2, where are you? I'm lost. Something's
yeah,
going on. We're under attack.
and then Leia is hungry, so she sticks a piece of toast in R2. No,
Data disk.
it's a data disk.
Yeah.
She is yeah. I mean, do we?
I mean, all we see from her is sticking the data disc in R2, and then
Yeah,
sending him on his way. We don't know what her deal
we.
is yet, so
I know.
we can
I
touch on
was.
that a little bit later because it'll
Yeah,
come
so I
up
was humming
soon.
and hawing, like, should I now give the plan or should I just kind of let it be? But yeah, so we get, yeah, all we see is her stick the data disk in R2 and run off because chaos is happening. And
Right.
then we cut to the
And
rebels being,
R2D2, I was gonna say R2D2 shows back up next to C3PO. Is like, "What? I was doing something. Let's get out of here."
yeah, yeah, R2D2 don't mess around.
Uh-uh.
But we cut to the rebels being taken hostage. We see Vader's interrogation tactics, where he just kind of squeezes the life out of one guy.
Yeah, and throws him.
Yeah, so they do establish that this guy is still big and scary.
Oh yeah,
It's just you don't get that. Well, you don't get what Rogue One gives you.
yeah. No,
Well, you're
no, you
just
don't.
like,
It's a little more subdued in this.
yeah. And then Princess Leia gets spotted and captured. She tries to make a run for it, but she does not get far or do well.
Well, yeah. So at this point, too, Vader says, "Okay, find the plans and take everybody alive. Bring me everybody. I want this done quickly."
Yes, he is trying to get because I'm sure we've established at this point. If you read the words, oh, that's just a bunch of writing. I'm not going to read that anyway. If you have read the words at the beginning, you have a general idea of what's going on.
Which we didn't touch on, which is surprising for us.
Yeah, I was expecting you to just sum it up, but and you just didn't. I was
No,
like,
I
oh,
was talking about
whatever.
the making of the crawl instead.
Yeah, sure. But so you have the rebels who and the Empire, and the rebels are rebelling against the Empire and trying to take it down. And so there's a secret like bases of rebels
Yes,
that are causing problems for Mr. Vader,
yes, Mr. Vader.
and he is trying to figure out where these rebels are so he can squash them like insects. I think he puts it that
Exactly.
way.
Also, the plans they're trying to find are the plans to their battle station, the Death Star.
Yes. Right. Because I think they're trying to hurt it.
Yes, they need to deal with it because they know something's coming. They know something big's coming, and they got to take care of it.
And stormtroopers are not robots.
They are not robots. No, those are people. They have never mind. No, no, they've cycled up clones for actual people now. At this
Right.
point in history.
Yes. They are, what is it? Were they the former slaves on Tatooine? A lot of them?
No, no, a lot of them are just kids and people abducted from families and put into the Stormtrooper Academy, and now you're an
Right.
Imperial soldier.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they probably did use slaves from Tatooine also.
Could be, but
Anyway, now we're getting into the prequels. Star Wars is so good.
it is. It is. But yeah, so at this point, the Stormtroopers are all set their weapons to stun.
Yep, and C-3PO and R2-D2 are on the run.
They are. They are.
This part was hard because there's a lot of it's cut, 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 and it's quick.
Yeah, there is a lot of
So-
cuts, and there's. I mean, there's, and as we'll get into, there's a lot of. I'm not gonna say plot holes, but things that have been brought up over the years of like, why did that happen?
Yeah, many Star Wars debate forums in the 90s going over the trilogies.
Yes, and still to this day. But we get,
Yeah, but that's just Reddit now.
yeah.
But we get the introduction of Princess of Leia and Vader, where they meet each other.
So this part's great too. I think because Leia's kind of stayed. She's trying to stay low. She's trying to stay hidden, and the stormtroopers come around the corner and see her. Like, oh, let's set it to stun. Let's get her, and she just takes out one of the stormtroopers
Yeah,
that they don't seem to care about.
they don't seem to care about any of the stormtroopers.
No, no, that's I mean that's part of the training.
You're expendable.
Yeah, you're expendable. Keep going. But yeah, they hit her with the stun ray. Like she'll be fine. What about Kenny? Who? She shot that
Kenny,
guy.
he's the guy that brought in the cake last week. 3 weeks from retirement. That guy.
Oh, she killed Kenny.
You
But yeah, no,
will always know he was this tall.
she takes out a stormtrooper. They stun her, and then she gets brought to see Vader.
And she's not giving up anything. And Vader gives up pretty quickly. He's like, she's not talking. Take her away. Okay.
Yeah. Well, now's not the time to interrogate people. They've already got her captive. Just keep
That's
scouring the
fair.
ship. See what you can do. I mean, if she's not going to talk right away to try and save herself, put her in the brig. We'll deal with her later.
That's fair. Yeah, there's a little bit of a meeting. Vader's All I have is Vader's making plans, so if you can elaborate on that, I'd appreciate it.
I mean, I think we've covered it. Take
Yeah.
captives, find the plans, get everything back on the ship.
Yep.
Um,
Oh, that's what
and
that means.
this is where we get C3PO and R2D2 hopping in an escape pod and taking off.
Yeah, my next note was escape pod has plans, and I'm like, escape pods can think? No, no.
Yeah, not get not,
R2D2 R2D2 has the plans, and he and 3P are in an escape pod, and they are headed towards a planet. And Vader, oh yeah, this is when they get scanned, and they're like, "Oh, there's an escape pod going. Should we shoot it?" They're like, "Yeah, shoot it." No, wait, there's no life on it. And then Vader finds out that an escape pod was released, and there's no life on it, and he's like, "Ah, she probably hid the plans on that escape pod and sent it off to a planet
yes,
to be retrieved by one of her rebel scum and go find it. And
yes,
then we
yes.
get and then we go comb the desert. No.
um, but yeah, one of the things always been brought up is like, oh, hold your fire, don't waste a laser on this. Well, it's no one's on it. We don't care. But just blow it out of the sky. Fun to watch things explode.
Yeah, but why would you do that?
They're supposed to be taking out anything that goes out. Like, oh, no life forms, don't worry about it.
It's
Which
probably just a
they
malfunction.
think is a malfunction, and Vader's like, no, they probably put the plans on there. I mean, it's a good thing they didn't destroy, so they confirm if they can find it. But
Right. No, it was a good call not to blow it up.
yes,
Cuz like they can still go get it and bring it back instead of having to rebuild it and
right,
have it come out of your paycheck for shooting it.
yes, because things come out of
Oh, there
people's
oh man.
paychecks with the Empire.
Oh man, there goes my health insurance.
Have you worked with Vader before? No.
No. If something hurts, don't mention it.
Yeah,
I don't know. He seems reasonable.
yeah.
Anyway, so we got 3P and R2 wandering the desert, and they get in an argument and split up because R2 wants to go west and 3P wants to go east.
Yes, yeah. They yeah.
Essentially, I don't know if it's actually directional west and east. I just assume that they're walking south because droids flock south for the winter.
Because droids
So they
fly
don't
together.
freeze.
Yeah, right.
Gotta go to the equator,
Yeah.
otherwise they rust.
No,
No?
sand is not good for droid joints.
Santa's not yeah, no. It is not.
But they do. They argue they split up because R2D2 says he's got a mission, and C3 goes like, "What mission are you talking about? We what?
Yeah,
I'm a diplomat."
right.
He's like,
So
"Sure you are,
they
buddy."
yeah, they split up. We get some time passage.
We
Uh
do see
go
with C3PO walking through the desert. We see a skeleton of a crate dragon up on one of the ridges, uh,
yeah.
which was a prop from a movie from '75 called "One of Our Dinosaurs Is Missing."
That sounds fun.
Yeah, so that's a fun
But
fact.
yes, and then we see something signaling to 3P and he's like, "Oh, a friend. I'm going to go check that out."
Well,
But we don't
he sees the transport off in the distance.
Oh, I thought there was a mirror reflection going on.
Well, no, it's a
I
sand
thought it
crawler
was
way off in the distance. He's like, "Oh, it's a
I,
transport."
I thought it was being signaled. Anyway, so he's like, "I'm gonna go see what's there." And then we cut to R2, and R2 runs into some Jawas. They shoot him and take him.
Yeah, yeah. He's trying to hide out in this little canyon thing that he's in. Um,
Yep.
but they grab him. The Jawas. Ooh,
Yep.
TV.
And then R2 wakes up and starts working again. And he's in like some kind of junker ship.
The
It's like
sand
a
crawler.
right, but it's like a junkyard on wheels.
Yeah, yeah. It is an all-terrain sand crawling vehicle. Basically, the big treads help it go through the sand.
But on
And
the inside,
generally they're homes for the Jawas. And the inside, yes, there's they've got a big junkyard because they pilfer, they sell, they get droids, electronics, and other things, and it's like a
uh,
mobile merchant shop.
yeah, and they're a little crooked. They're a little shady. Jawas are a little shady.
They can be
They're a little shady. But like R2 boots himself back up. He runs into 3P.
3PO. He has never been called 3P.
Oh, there's some friends of mine. They were I think they've broken up now, but it was they were in a nerdcore hip hop duo, and one of them was MC3PO,
Yes.
and he would always go by they just refer to him as 3P.
Oh, okay.
So I'm shortening it to that because of that. But yes, 3PO is there, and my shorthand is just 3P. So 3PO is there.
He's like, "Oh, thank goodness you're here too. This
Yeah.
place is awful."
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you got abducted as well.
Yeah, basically. Oh, I'm not alone.
I'm not alone. You deserve it too, R2, because I'm not sure if 3PO actually likes R2.
It's unsure. He does, but he's like, "Looks like it's our lot in life to suffer."
Anyway, now we see stormtroopers searching the desert.
Yes. And some of them are riding dewbacks, which are the big lizard things, and those are cool.
Those are cool. I want one, kind of.
Yeah.
Not really. Wouldn't really
We
use it.
in the original release, they didn't have them riding the dewbacks. That was one of the scenes added for special edition later on. It is now part of the movie, but they did have one in the Mos Eisley scene, just kind of in the background. They had them established. They just didn't have them in this scene.
Okay, but we the sandcrawler finally stops, and some droids are being offloaded. We meet Luke and his uncle Balthazar.
Owen,
Ah, was
oh,
close.
Owen Lars. Yes, we're at
Oh,
the
and
Lars.
Lars. See, so I was close with Balthazar.
Kinda. We're at the Lars homestead. It's a moisture farm.
A what?
It's a moisture farm. They're on a desert planet. They've got the relays that draw in the moisture during night, and then they have to do their moisture harvests to get water on the planet. I mean, there's a lot of moisture farms. Not the only one that supplies it, but that's
No,
what they
no.
do.
I was just that was the best way I could think of to get you to explain it to our listeners. Thank you.
You're as opposed to just explain what that means.
Yeah, no, my way was more fun.
But yes, they are moisture farmers.
But yes, so Uncle Owen needs droids, and he chats with 3PO. And
Yes,
first he doesn't like 3PO, and then he's like, "Oh, you could be useful after all," because he knows how to work on essentially on 3PO knows how to work on pretty much all the stuff that Owen uses for his moisture farming,
yeah, yeah. He knows how to work on moisture evaporators. He speaks Bocce,
which is
which
helpful,
which is what Aunt Beru reminds Luke to look for. It's like we need one that
right?
speaks Bocce.
He
Um,
speaks bocce, he plays bocce ball. It's no, no. This is what you're
um,
like every episode.
is it?
I
But
like how
they,
we switched roles during this one.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, they pick up on 3PO right away. Like this is a good droid. We got lucky with this one.
And then they take the red one and they call it an R2. And I always thought it was
Yes,
R5D4.
yes. So the red one is R5D4. He's an R5 unit, not an R2 unit, and Luke does call him an R2 unit. But no, he is a R5 unit. He is also an astromech because the whole um, that whole line, the R line series are astromechs. But yeah, like he says, that one has the R5 has a bad motivator.
Yep. And then it starts smoking and 3PO's like, "Hey, you know what? I know that R2 unit and he is solid as stone, so you need to pick him up." And Uncle Owen's like, "Sure, just make the big one shut up and let's go."
Basically,
I love this movie so much. I'm sorry, spoilers.
I, I think it's clear that we both like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the Jawas do. Is they go to the different homesteads. They set up. They've got their trade route. They
Hmm.
stop by the big cities from time to time to cycle out parts and materials as they need to be.
Right.
So after this, the R5D4 get him back in the sand crawl. Probably fix his motivator and try and sell him to somebody else.
So really in the grand scheme of and we're on Tatooine, right?
Yeah,
Like
we're on Tatooine.
like in the grand scheme of things, like we're like, oh, the Jawas are a little shady, and they're kind of depicted as like scavengers and not not favorable.
Yeah,
And in the actual grand scheme of it all, they are essential to the workings of Tatooine and the survivability of the settlers.
yeah, yeah. Uh, they're trying to get the best deals they can. Sometimes they try and pull things over. It depends on the group of Jawas you're dealing with, but I mean,
Right. They're
they're
essential.
doing
They're
what they
good
can.
guys.
Yeah,
I would classify them as good guys.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, a lot of droids and androids don't have a lot of rights either in this. They're just pieces of equipment. It's like people showing up at a junkyard or pulling stuff off the side of the road, fixing it up and selling it.
Right.
They're trash, man.
Right. But now we cut to inside Luke's room, and he is I don't know, fixing up. He's cleaning up the droids.
Yeah, um, they've been out in the desert for a while. They got a lot of
Nicks, marks, scratches, bumps,
sand and
bruises.
grit, and some damage from all their space travel.
Yep. And they talk about that with 3P a little bit. 3PO a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah. We also see Luke playing with a little model of a T-16 Skyhopper, um,
Yes, we do.
which incidentally he also has a full size one that he pilots from time to time and flies around.
So they're not poor.
No, they're moisture farmers. That is big on Tatooine.
Say that again.
They're moisture farmers. That's big on Tatooine. They need the water. We glossed over the I want to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters line.
We did. Is that
Um,
relevant or important at all?
no, he wanted to get the power converters for his T-16 to soup it up a little bit, but he got told no. He's got to be there to help with the droids. That's
Right.
he is next in line for the Lars farm with his aunt and uncle.
Right. But yeah, so when he's tinkering with R2, he sets off the hologram and we get a little message from Leia.
Yes, which which is smart on R2's part.
Yes. R2 is not malfunctioning. R2 is the brains behind everything.
Yes, and it I didn't pick up on this way when I was watching it before early on. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because he only plays part of the message.
Right.
And he's like, well, my restraining bolt's probably it is blocking the signal. You should take that off. And he's like, oh yeah, we can watch the whole message if I take your restraining bolt off. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. And then he takes it off and he shuts down.
Yeah, he's like, what message? I didn't see any message. Did you see a message? No message. 3PO's like,
Yeah.
you show him the message. He owns us now.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
refuses and
Yes,
says he has
yes.
no idea what he's talking about.
Right. But
Uh,
the message is basically, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
yes, that's all. That's all Luke sees, which is, yeah. R2 playing it up because he needed that restraining bolt off for this next bit because he's planning his escape.
Is he escaping or is he going to go find Obi-Wan?
He's gonna go find Obi-Wan. He's got his mission. He has to find
So
Obi-Wan Kenobi because that's Leia's only hope.
okay, so I'm gonna break some rules here. So
Okay.
he's R2D2 is well aware of Obi-Wan Kenobi, where Obi-Wan Kenobi is. That's why he had them get an escape pod to go to Tatooine because he knew Obi-Wan was on Tatooine. He's well
Well,
aware.
they they were by Tatooine. They were headed towards
Okay,
Tatooine to drop off this droid to get Obi-Wan's help.
but he knows Obi-Wan's on Tatooine.
Yes.
3PO has no idea.
No.
At the end of episode 3, spoilers,
Yes.
they call him to get their memories wiped.
Yes.
R2 does not get his memory wiped.
He does not.
Somehow. Do we ever learn how that comes up? Is that in Rogue One?
No. No. I think we're concerned about 3PO cuz R2's always been a big part of everything going on.
Right.
I mean
Okay.
3PO is too, but he's chatty.
Yeah, R2 is kind of hard to understand sometimes.
Yeah. And which is great cuz this time during this movie Luke's always like what's he saying? What's going on? And when we get to Empire, he understands R2 now.
Right.
He doesn't have to have 3PO. It's a lot. He can pick up on the boops and whistles and knows what he's saying now, or at
Yeah.
that point. But yes, we do. At the end of episode 3, we find out that after everything that happened in the prequels, the Clone Wars, and everything else, 3PO gets his memory wiped. R2 does not.
Even though he was supposed to.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, so Luke's kind of talking to 3PO and he's like, "Obi-Wan Kenobi, I wonder if he's related to old Ben Kenobi." Um,
Possibly.
R2 is a troublemaker. I don't know what that means. Oh, this is where R2 makes his escape.
Yeah, he scampers off. He's like,
He
"Well, the
scampers
restraining
off.
bolt's gone. I can go now. Bye."
Yep. So he scampers off while Luke's called for dinner.
Yes.
And oh, good stretch. Luke's chatty too. He starts talking to Uncle Owen and Aunt Belize.
Baru
That's close. About the droids and
leaving.
the mention of an Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Breeze shoots Uncle Owen a look.
Baru.
I said Breeze.
You did say Breeze.
She shoots Owen a look and Owen shoots one back at her.
Yeah.
and Uncle Owen is trying very hard to make this all go away without raising Luke's suspicion.
Very much like Harry Potter and his uncle. Uncle Owen is trying to squash out the Jedi in him.
They didn't want Harry Potter becoming a Jedi either.
Well, at least a wizard, space wizard. You know, it all works anyway. Um,
Mm,
but yeah, yeah. They said, hey, the R2 unit mentioned Obi
Obi-Wan.
Wan Kenobi, and yeah, they're like, no, ignore it. That's
No,
wipe
he
their
was a
memories
guy.
tomorrow.
Yeah. What? It's like, yeah, no, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's he's dead now. He knew your father. Um, no relation to Ben Kenobi. Tomorrow, take those droids down and wipe their memories again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And he's sitting there thinking like, I did see those droids before. Son of a gun.
yeah. Uncle Owen is like, what were the odds?
Very minuscule.
But then
Um,
we also get a bit of a chat from it's a little further forward where is this after Luke finds out that the R2 ran off?
along with the whole conversation about Ben or Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's like, "Look, you've got the new droids now. You don't need me anymore. I can leave. I can go to the academy next year, or I can
Okay,
go to
so
the
they are
academy this year
next year.
instead of next year." He's like, "But I need you for the harvest," which I I haven't looked fully into what moisture farming is and how often the harvest happens and the seasons and the cycles. I don't know if but apparently he needs them for the harvest and the moisture this go season
Yep,
or this cycle.
this season. Yeah, because and I don't think it takes particularly long for harvest season because Luke's like, it's another year, and Owen keeps saying it's another season. So he only needs him for the next season of Harvest, but that means that Luke's gonna have to wait another year to go to the academy,
Yes, yes,
is
because
what I'm gathering.
the start times line up poorly.
Right.
It's not like he can do the harvest and then start because they've already been in the academy season or already started. You don't want to be or you can't join in like halfway through the first 3 weeks or something.
Yeah. So anyway, Luke's mad now. So he finishes his blue milk and goes and watches the sun's set.
Yes, this is such a great shot. The dual sons of Tatooine. You see the silhouette. Him looking. They did a good job making this look awesome and scenic.
Yeah, they did it on a budget of 11 million because I think we touched on it where Cloak and Dagger was a similar. No, not Cloak and Dagger. Um, Flight of the Navigator. Nope,
Yes, wasn't it?
We didn't do Flight of the Navigator.
No, we
We
did not do.
did.
Well, we talk about a lot of movies.
What's the what is it with the video game?
Cloak
Yep.
and Dagger. Oh, the
No,
Last Starfighter.
Last Starfighter. How the Last Starfighter was in the wake of the success of Star Wars, but it had a $15 million budget and it used the CGI, whereas this movie used the practical effects.
Right, and that's something we didn't talk about yet. But I mean, it was basically at a time where they had to build whatever they wanted to film,
Right,
whether it's miniature scale, or life size or whatever. But all these ships and stuff were built, their scales. They filmed them and did all the effects, as many effects as they could in camera, and after with green screen and overlays,
right,
and it gives, and it's that tactile that watching it, you can see that the new stuff stands out. I mean,
right,
the age for sure, but he's like that's either way too polished, it looks off. um it doesn't have that tangibility that I keep talking about in movies, that adds
right.
something to it, as opposed to using the visual effects and CG like as accents, instead of the full everything. um
Right. And if you watch this on the Disney Plus, like I'm sure most of our listeners will, you will. We were going to talk about added scenes, and you're going to be able to tell when some of those happen because they do lean more into the CGI as opposed to the practical effects.
Yes, yes. Lucas was very much like, I have this CG technology now. We're doing it. And
Well,
part of it too was to see if he could do it to get what he wanted out of episode one, because the special editions came out. He was working on episode one, but the special editions came out before that, so it was kind of his like into the predecessor to the Switch in a lot of ways because it was is like, can we do this motion control thing? Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, um,
Well, so the Wii and the U were actually
r-
both
right,
prototypes.
both prototypes for the Switch that we have now.
Right.
Which is what he was doing with the effects. It's like, can we do this right? And it looks good. Yep, we can do it.
Yeah, the remakes were a big deal.
They were. Well, the re-release of special editions because they went in theaters, each one for several months.
Did we go see those?
I
I
I,
did.
I did. I believe you went with me.
Sad what I don't remember. That's one thing Rachel and I were talking about was because we Finley was here when we watched Star Wars. He was watching a bit of it with us,
Yeah.
and he was distracted by Mario, playing Mario, but he was watching a little bit of it because he loves Star Wars, and we both shared with each other our first time watching Star Wars, and it's like I remember my first memory, my first time watching. I don't know if it was actually the first time watching it. The first time I remember watching it was in your room when you took over Grandma's sewing room,
Okay. That's after the
and
flood, and we made the room bigger.
yeah, extended it all the way to the wall.
Yeah. Took out the computer nook.
Yep. And yeah, you had I told them all about how because it was a narrow room.
It wasn't like super narrow. It was like 8 feet, which is, I mean, it's not big for a room.
No, it was narrow for a bedroom,
Yeah, but
but
it
it
was
was
long
long.
too. It was like 20 feet long or something like that.
Right. So you had like your bed, and then you had the recliner, and then you had a couch with a coffee table.
Yeah, I had a whole
Like
the whole little living room set up all shoved into this room.
it was cool. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
I liked it.
remember I remember sitting in that recliner watching Star Wars with you for the first time.
That's the first time you remember watching it?
First time I remember watching it.
I don't remember how old I was, but I remember watching it in the living room at the house with Dad. We're sitting was sitting on the couch. I think it was definitely the gray couch at the time. The big window behind us when the TV was on the wall in the kitchen, the kitchen wall.
With the
Um,
obscenely large entertainment center.
yes, yes. I remember that's the first time I remember watching it when I was young.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But that was,
I
I mean,
remember, yeah, I remember watching on that little. You had the little gray TV in your room, didn't you, for a while?
for a little while, yeah. And then I don't remember because that
Then Grandma got us each those
and then we
19-inch
got the
TVs.
yeah, the little the black ones.
Yeah. Anyway,
Anyway, we just went down a weird little memory rabbit hole. We're still on the the Lars Moisture Farm. Um,
yes.
but yeah, Luke's frustrated. He looks at the sons, and then he goes back to take care of the droids again, where we find C-3PO hiding, saying, "Please don't hurt me. I couldn't stop R2-D2. He ran off.
Yep.
He
And
ROUNOFT."
then are you in NOFD? And well, it's dark out and sand people, so bedtime, and we'll go look for him in the morning. And that's exactly what we cut to. Next
Yeah,
day, Uncle Owen's looking for Luke, nowhere to be seen, and Becca,
Aunt Beru.
Peru, is like, oh, he took off early. He said he had to go do something with the droids.
He's like, so he took the droids with him. He's actually listening to me and getting their memories wiped. He's like, I don't know what he's doing. He just left.
He just left with the droids.
And the new droids aren't here. And Owen's like, please be wiping the memories and not trying to find this Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Right. But the
Uh,
sand people are out and about. We see that.
and we cut to Luke and 3PO in his X-34 land speeder.
Yes,
It's not the newest model, but it's a good one.
it works. But they find R2, and then we get sand people approaching.
Yes. So the Sand People are they also go by Tusken Raiders. Uh,
Tusken Raiders, thank you.
you're welcome. But they see a bantha with him too. So he didn't see any of the actual Tusken Raiders, but he saw the bantha, so he knows they're around. And fun fact: the bantha was played by a female Asian elephant. Mardaj was its name, and
Oh,
they had to break frequently while filming with it because the costume was big and heavy and hot, and they were filming in Death Valley, so they had to didn't want the elephant to overheat, so you pull off the costume, hose it down for a little bit, let it rest, back on, get your shots,
yep,
doing everything they can to do both parts.
yep. But then
Taking
the
care of
sand
the
people
elephant.
attack,
They do.
and
Uh,
Luke can't fight.
well, he kind of gets ambushed. He gets jumped because he's watching him, and then the sand person's right there, and he gets smacked with his Goffy stick, which is
His
what the
coffee
sticks are
stick.
called. Goffy stick. That's what the sticks they carry are called.
Oh, okay. And then Obi-Wan shows up.
You've got yourself a Star Wars nerd, so you're gonna.
And I'm poking him.
I know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's it.
they knock out Luke. They drag him back to the land speeder, um, and they start rifling through his stuff.
And then I'm watching this, right? And
Yes,
I'm looking at a young Mark Hamill, and I'm going, man, he really does look like Sebastian Stan, doesn't he?
does. A lot of people want Sebastian Stan to play Luke Skywalker in some others' tales of Luke's adventures, basically.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they've been bringing they've in recent years they've done some stuff with a younger Luke after Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where
Right.
they've done de-aging of Mark
Mark
Hamill.
Hamill. Yeah.
It's and some of it looks okay, some of it looks a little off. And a lot of people are like just recast him and have a younger Luke so we can continue on that. But who knows what Lucasfilm is doing at the moment?
Right.
Yeah, Lucasfilm, because that's whole the Star Wars division of Disney.
Right. Yeah. No, I mentioned it to Rachel when we were watching last night. I go, he really does look like Sebastian Stan. And it's like, who? I go, Bucky, the Winter Soldier. And she's like, Captain America. And she goes, oh. She goes, okay. Like, okay, so two things that we're gonna spend the rest of our lives doing, and we're going to start nerding out about Star Wars, and we're gonna start nerding out about Marvel.
Okay.
She goes, okay. So I'm getting her caught up on
Nice.
anyway. So yeah, a guy in a cloak shows up. It's Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan gets there,
Yes,
saves
and
Luke.
yeah. So what Obi-Wan is doing here, he's mimicking the Krayt Dragon call, the skeleton we saw earlier, like what the live ones sound like, and the Tusken Raiders like, oh, we're not dealing with that. Get out of here, and they all scatter.
Right,
That's what that sound he makes is, and that sound has changed from movie to movie. With each new release, it just is. They change it. It's not the original Krayt Dragon call from early on because they just have to keep messing with these movies
you sound frustrated.
a little bit.
Okay, well, he uses some kind of force heal on Luke and wakes him up.
Hey, a little bit, kind of like, hey, wake up. With
Yep, and so he apparently, old Ben apparently knows Luke well enough, and Luke is apparently very familiar with old Ben.
yeah, it's kind of like a Doc and Marty situation.
Okay, yeah, where his parents are like, stay away from that old,
Yeah,
and
he's like, but he's got the best snacks.
he's like, wow, he's really fun, and I like talking to him.
Yeah,
And so
he's
yeah,
got
they
good
chat,
stories.
and Luke's like, yeah, this R2 unit used to belong to an Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we get the famous, no, that's the name I've not heard in a long time. It's like 18 years. It's been 18 years.
It
16 years maybe. I think Luke's 16, right?
no, he's 18.
He's 18. It's been 18 years roughly.
It yeah. Timing and a little bit of that's a little off in this.
Yeah.
Because originally watching this before all the prequels and everything, you think it's been about 30 to 40 years since the Clone Wars and everything. But yeah, it's been less than 20 at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. It's been 18 years since you've
Yeah.
been, and probably less, because as soon as you got to Tatooine, it wasn't like, well, I'm no longer Obi-Wan. Maybe it was,
Yeah. Well, he's got to
but
stay hidden.
right.
Although Ben Kenobi is not a great stay hidden
Old
name.
old Ben Kenobi.
Obi-Wan? No, old Ben. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
Right.
You're gonna stick with Kenobi though.
Yeah, and you're still gonna wear your Jedi robes. Like, they're comfy. Which
Lightsaber
I
on the hip still? Yep.
I I I even now kind of thinking. I think originally these were like supposed to be hermit robes that he just kind of acquired while living in the desert, and Jedi uniforms were supposed to be different. And he's wearing Jedi robes. They're fine. It's like no, no,
It's
no.
fine.
Give us
It's fine.
let the Jedi robes be something a little bit different than what the guy who's in hiding is supposed to be wearing.
No, it's
Uh,
fine.
yeah, but whatever.
People think the Jedi are extinct. They probably got him off a body. He's a scavenger.
I mean, that could be too. I mean, he's on. If there's bright center of the Earth, there the Tatooine's the planet that's furthest from it. Um,
Right.
as Luke mentions, it's a backwater planet that's run by a gangster.
Yeah.
So
Not really high on the list.
right. Um,
Um,
but yeah, we get Oh yeah, he's like, so you know who this guy is? Like, yeah, I know who he is. It's me.
Yeah,
What
and he's like,
about it?
"Oh,
Well, here's your
oh,
droid back.
yeah, we'll have your droid." Well, we need to get inside because sand people scare easily, but they come back quick and in greater numbers.
Right. And Obi-Wan says he doesn't ever remember owning a droid, which
Liar.
eh, which is fair. I mean, because he never really owned R2. And going back to the prequels and everything, R2 was just kind of there. He hung out with Anakin a lot and hung out with Padme. He was basically during the war and everything. He was treated as an equal member of everything. So he wasn't really just Obi-Wan's, but he was
Right.
there.
That makes sense.
And Obi-Wan's like, well, time to tell Luke some stuff, but not everything.
Right. Anyway, let's go find your other droid who's in pieces. So they pick up the pieces of 3PO.
He's not in pieces. He just fell over.
His arm is gone.
Fair.
I mean, he doesn't get scarecrowed, but he's not in perfectly intact. Almost spit that one out, did you?
Yes, I did. But yeah,
Yeah,
we end up at Obi-Wan's place.
yes, we are indoors at Obi-Wan's, and we get caught up with family history. Story
Yeah.
time with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep. Yep. We find
So
out that he knew. You want to do this part, or you had a question?
I had a question.
Okay.
Have you seen the re-edit, the fan re-edit of this part?
Yes. Yes. Where it's got the Alec Guinness voiceover with spliced in with scenes from all the prequels and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yes. Where
Beautifully done.
it shows more than he's actually telling.
Yeah, where the stuff that he's leaving out,
Yep.
you can see him thinking about it, and it flashes to the memories.
Battle on Mustafar, all that.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a
I-
really good fan edit, and if if they're gonna add things to this movie, add something like that.
that would be an awesome thing to add.
That would be an awesome thing to add because it's yeah,
That makes it makes it hit hard.
it does. It does. That whole this whole speech with the talking about how he knew his father. They fought in the Clone Wars together. He was the best pilot they ever knew. Um, Overlaid with the shots and stuff from the prequels, you see these two working together, fighting side by side. Um,
Right.
the 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 brotherly relationship they had. Yeah, it hits
It
with that
does,
overlay.
especially since like I've seen the prequel trilogy,
Yeah.
and so like I mean, we've gone on, we were there with them.
Hmm.
That so then be able to revisit it in that form was really, I don't know. If you haven't seen it and don't know what we're talking about, it's on the YouTube. Like look it up.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know exactly what it's called, but I'm sure you can fumble some words together to get there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes. Do you want to take care of this part? Because actually, I think you pretty much did now.
Yeah, well, and he shows them the lightsaber, which he says is a more civilized weapon than a blaster. It's more precise. You gotta be controlled with it. And then Obi-Wan's like, "Oh, there's a message for me. Let's see about this on the Archer unit. Oh, here it is. I found it.
Yep.
It seems I stumbled across it. And I mean, which R2 could have played at any time, but
R2 is definitely like, oh yeah. By the way, let me just.
it's like, hey, buddy, I'm back.
Yep. And so we get,
Right. Well,
yeah,
and
we get the
not to keep going back to the prequels because we're kind of staying on this movie. We're trying to stay on this movie as best as we can, but R2 is part of the conversation about keeping Luke hidden
right.
and making sure that he's taken care of as well as so he's keeping his mouth shut as much as he can too because he
Right.
doesn't
Which
want
is
3PO to know much either.
right. That's why, yeah, because yeah, they wiped 3PO's memory and not R2's because they needed R2 to help.
Because R2's still doing his thing. I mean, he's a
Right.
secret spy.
He's on mission still.
Yeah.
But we get the message, the full message from Leia, and Obi-Wan's like, "Oh, all right, Luke, we're going to Alderaan." And Luke's like, if I can't go to school, I certainly can't go to Alderaan."
He's like, but the princess needs you. She's asking for help. I'm too old to do this alone. I'm getting
Yeah,
too old for this stuff.
stuff.
I'm getting too
Yes.
old for this stuff. But basically
And
the message breaks down to that, hey, Obi-Wan, you fought with my father during the Clone Wars. We need your help. Lots of stuff's going down. You're my only hope, basically, to get this
to
rebellion kicked off and going.
right.
Uh, Better.
And
And her father is Bail Organa, who we see quite a bit in episode 3. Um,
Yes. Not so much in this one.
no, no, we don't see him in this one.
Maybe some pieces.
Too soon.
Hasn't happened yet.
So it is too soon.
Yep. Sorry. But at this point we also start to realize that the initial plan was to have Luke and Leia be the love interests of the movie, the romantic story.
Yes, yes. I mean, there's definitely things in this movie that weren't completely thought out for a full thing. Things changed from this movie to the next couple movies.
Right. And what's funny, like Rachel and I were talking about this is like you have, it's definitely, you know, Leia's definitely important. Luke is definitely what the story is about, and they were gonna entertain the love almost. They were working on a love triangle between Luke, Han, and Leia.
Yes.
Was the initial plan for this, and then people realized that Luke wasn't very interesting or likable.
Wow.
I mean, he's not unlikable, but for a main character of a movie saga,
He's a good sidekick.
he's a good sidekick, even though it's all about him.
Yeah, he doesn't have that couple charisma energy like you want to see him with someone. At least
Yeah,
in this movie specifically too, because he's still just a kid too. You're like, eh.
yeah.
But yeah, and definitely a few things change between movies and story beats and character descriptions and things like that.
So Luke decides he's time for him to get home, and he's not going to Alderaan. And then they see the sandcrawler from the Jawas from earlier, but it has been destroyed. And they use their detective skills to deduce that it is not done by Tusken Raiders. It was, in fact, the Empire.
Yes,
Probably.
because only Imperial stormtroopers can shoot this precisely. And I say, can they? Can they really?
Yes, they are wonderful shots.
When they're hitting the broadside of a sandcrawler.
Sure, sure. When their targets aren't using the Force to deflect their laser blasts.
When they're shooting at a dude standing in the middle of a docking bay who's by himself, they can't hit anything.
What is it? Was it Family Guy that does the shooting range target practice, and it's got like Peter's practicing with Joe or whatnot, and then it's got different people, and one of them is like the stormtrooper, and it's shooting at the broadside of a barn and,
Yes,
and missing.
yes.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. So Luke pieces together like, well, if they trace the drone, must have traced him home, and I gotta get back and save Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. And he jumps
yeah,
in his speeder and heads off. And Obi Wan's like, "You're no match for the Empire, dude.
what are you doing? It's dangerous. You can't
You're
go."
throwing a life away." He's like, "Dang it, that
And
kid."
so yeah, so he goes home.
It's not good when he gets home.
No, no, the planet is down one moisture farm.
It is. It's down one moisture farm, down the Lars family. Um,
Yeah, they're
they're
their
crispy.
their their roommates are still smoking.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty dark.
Yeah,
Um,
and that wasn't originally there, was it? The skeletons.
no, it's always been there.
Okay,
That's one thing I remember from growing up too. That's like, oh, well, that's sad.
he seems to get over it pretty quick. Movie's got a
Well,
movie.
well, I mean, we don't know how long he was gone. He mourned a little bit, maybe buried them. A few hours later, he gets back to Obi Wan and crew.
I'd like to think that he buried them. Maybe he just left them out there for the buzzards. I don't
I
know.
I think he buried him because we've got a crew at the Sandcrawler piling up the Jawa bodies,
Okay,
taking their time there. Um,
but then we cut back to
but
Darth Vader briefly, and he once again he wants to question Leia about the rebel base hideout.
yep,
And she's not talking. Yeah, there are a lot of quick cuts in this movie.
a lot of yeah,
A lot more than I recall there being, but I also haven't seen it in quite a few years. I've been letting the dark side win for a while.
yeah.
But yeah, we get back to Luke, and he's back with Obi-Wan,
I'll touch on it in a few minutes.
and it looks like they're going to Alderaan because there's nothing left for Luke here.
Yeah, he's like, I have nothing left here. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
don't.
want to become a moisture farmer? No. I'll
No,
go with
well,
you
I'm
to
not.
Alderaan.
I don't even have a house anymore.
Yeah, it's all burned down. They took my T-16.
Yeah. So now we have to go to Mos Eisley to the spaceport,
Yep.
and I didn't realize that Mos Eisley was super hostile.
Eh, I mean, it's a spaceport where a lot of people coming and going. It's got he calls it a wretched hive of scum and villainy. And
Yes,
you didn't realize it was hostile?
I don't remember that from until I like when I
Oh,
watched it again. I was like,
okay.
oh yeah, I thought Mos Eisley was. I didn't also didn't remember that Mos Eisley was on Tatooine.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I thought it was a swamp like Dagobah
No.
or like Endor. Endor's not a swamp, but
No,
it was.
Endor's a forest.
Or there's a forest, but I mean like something like that.
Well, and Endor is the planet. The moon they're on is the forested planet of Endor.
Anyway,
Any
we're not getting into Jedi right now.
Nope.
But they run into some stormtroopers, and Obi-Wan's like, "These are not the droids you're looking for."
Yeah, we've had them for a few seasons. They're for sale if you want them.
Yeah, he basically force manipulates these people, and they get told to move along.
Yes. What we find out too here is Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru did not sell out Luke.
No, they didn't.
They're looking for the droids. They have no idea who Luke is or that the droids were with somebody.
Right.
So, taking care of Luke till the end.
Yes. Well, the galaxy depends on it.
True.
And from here, we get the cantina.
Do, 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 do,
And
do, do,
as
do,
soon as
do,
that
do.
music play, Rachel and I both gave a hearty and similar to Bluey fashion. Hooray!
Yay.
Yes.
The band here is Figrin Dan and the Modal Nodes.
And the modal nodes.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's the name of the band that's here.
And we do a lot of looking around to really get to see what's here.
So there's a lot of thing coming into Mos Eisley, seeing the spaceport. There's a lot of stuff added from the original release. Lucas had his opportunity to build out the city a little bit more because they were limited by their budget at the time. Same with the aliens in the cantina. He was able to add more because he never got the big group of different diverse aliens like he really wanted to.
Okay. So that's why we
So
spend a lot of time just kind of people watching.
yes, yes. A couple aliens of note are Madonadon, the hammerhead alien that looks kind of like a slug almost. Kitakek Katine, the mantis we see briefly, and then the wolf's name is Lak Saravak.
Okay.
There's a lot more, but those are some of my favorite ones in the scene. So because you're like you're watching it like that's just a wolf man. Yes, it is, but he's an alien. So
Good enough. And then we see a Chewbacca.
yep, we do see a Chewbacca.
Well, they're technically called Wookiees, I believe.
Yeah. Obi-Wan's meeting with several people to see about getting passage off the rock of Tatooine.
Right, because they need to get to Alderaan.
They do.
Luke gets himself a drink, I think,
Yes.
and then he gets himself in trouble.
He does. These
And he does nothing to deserve what happens.
So the bartender's name is Wooer. And then two guys that are accosting him are Pum Baba and Dr. Evans.
I'm sure they are.
Pum Baba is the more walrus looking guy. Dr. Evans is the one that actually speaks.
I thought that Poom Baba was a spider face. He
I
looks
guess
very
it
much
looks
very spidery.
it is more spidery, isn't it? Got the little
Yeah.
yeah, we'll go spider face. I always kind of thought it was walrusy, but yeah, spider face works.
And then Dr.
Evans. Not
Hans,
Evans, but Evans.
like Ivan, Yvonne,
Evazaon.
not even close to that. Got it. Is like, hey, he doesn't like you, and Luke's like, cool, I'll stay out of his way, and he's like, I don't like you either. He's like, well, I was minding my own business, sir, and you approached me, so why don't we ignore each other until we go away?
We're wanted men. Like, good for you.
If you keep it up, you're gonna get yourself killed. And he's like, I really don't know what I'm doing, man.
You'll be dead. It's like, oh gosh.
And
And then,
so yeah, Dr. Yvonne's attacks.
yeah, he grabs him, and Pum Baba gets all angry, and then Obi-Wan has to step in with his lightsaber and cuts off Pum Baba's arm.
He doesn't kill the doctor.
He might kill the doctor. I don't think so. We never really get back to that, but what we do see is Pum Baba's arm on the floor, him yelling, holding the spot, and there's a bunch of blood. Which, in hindsight, the lightsaber would have caught a reservoir and there'd be no blood. But we're not going to get into that too much.
No,
But
because
I
it
am
was
going to
still
note it.
yeah.
They were still early on figuring things out.
Right. But yes, I did gloss over the fact that when they walked in, the bartender was like, "We don't serve your kind here. All droids have to get out."
Yeah, yeah. Get your droids out of here. We don't serve their kind. Why? Because they don't drink. Get them out. They're not paying customers.
That would be the logical thing.
He either doesn't like droids, or they just don't pay because they
But
don't.
yeah, we
Anyway,
briefly cut out to 3PO, and we see that he sees some stormtroopers. But then we finally get introduced to Han Solo,
we do. It's
and
the
he
Yeah. This is the first time we see him, the scoundrel himself.
and he captains the Millennium Falcon. So is it Falcon or is it Falcon? Is
It's
it a
pronounced Falcon, but it's spelled Falcon.
so is it pronounced Falcon just because Harrison Ford was like, we're gonna call it Falcon?
Probably.
Okay, that
It's
sounds
like
cooler than
Lucas is
Millennium
like, "What'd you
Falcon.
say? What'd you say, Harrison? It's the Millennium Falcon, right? It's Falcon, 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 Falcon." I'm not saying it differently. Okay.
It's not that kind of movie, kid.
Yeah,
So he pilots the Millennium Falcon,
Millennium Falcon, Falcon.
and they start talking price, and he wants 10,000 credit,
He does want 10,000 credits, which
and
Luke's
up
like, we buy our own ship for that. Basically,
yeah, and he wants 10,000 credit up front,
he does.
and Obi-Wan's like, interesting, we will give you two up front, and then when we get to Alderaan, we will give you another 15, and
He's like,
Han's like,
that's interesting.
that's more.
That's like 7,000 more than I want.
Okay, we'll do it that way. It's at loading dock 94.
It's not a loading dock; it's docking bay.
Docking Bay. There it is. Anyway, they're making their way to Docking
Making
Bay
my way
94.
downtown. Yes, docking bay 94.
Han runs into Greedo.
I have things to say about Greedo and this scene.
Sam, will you let me say the
Han
big
shot
one?
first.
Really?
I
I just asked if I could say the big one.
Oh, sorry. Cut that out. You say it.
Han shot first. I have that in my notes too. Han shoots first.
They changed it really early on. I mean, right, the first special editions came out. They changed it to where it's a looking back and seeing the original. It's a really poorly done effect of Han Solo's head shifts, like it's just sitting there and it like gets shoved over and
Like he doesn't even move it. It just like
yeah, yeah, and the shot hits where his head was supposed. Anyway, they make it so Greedo shoots first. Um, I mean, we didn't even set up the scene. This Greedo shows up and says, "Hey, you owe Jabba money. I'm here to collect you because he put a bounty on your head. Your time's up to pay Jabba back. He's got a bounty on you now." And Han Solo's like, "I've got the money. Tell Jabba I'll bring it to him. I just have to finish this last job, and then I'll give him all the money, and we'll be square." And Greedo's like, "Yeah, it's too late for that. He's just probably gonna take your ship." And Han Solo's like, the heck he is over my dead body." And Greedo's like, "Yeah, that's the general idea. I've been looking forward to this for a long time." Where Han Solo says, "Yes, I bet you have." Now, the original scene plays out like that, where he says, "Yes, I bet you have been looking forward to killing him." And he just shoots him. He's been pulling his gun out under the table, getting it ready, and he takes out Greedo because Greedo's sitting there saying, "I'm here. I'm going to kill you. I get the bounty. We're all good." And they change it to make him, I guess, seem less unhonorable for shooting him. But he's got a bounty hunter sitting there. "I'm going to kill you." You wouldn't risk that possible taking a shot at you. Just end it. In my
and you
mind, especially Han Solo, where he is in this point of the story,
right now. Did you see you watched it on Disney Plus, right?
where he says McCulkey for some reason.
McCulkey.
they they added the shot of the subtitles where Jabba will probably just take your Jabba will probably just take your for my dead body. That's the idea. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. Yes, I bet you have. McCulkey. That's what Greedo says, and then the whole shooting thing takes place. I don't know why he added this. Why this shot of Greedo saying McCulkey, the kid from Home Alone. Um,
That's Macaulay.
Whatever, but he just says some random word. I guess it's a swear in the because Greedo's a Rhodian. Um, but I've no idea. It's odd. I know why they changed it. They wanted Han to seem less willing to just shoot first. Which in this
It's Han.
scenario, it's not like he's just running in and shooting people. This guy was threatening his life, and he saw the opportunity to end it now before anything happened. He's like, "Hey, I'll deal with
Right.
Jabba later. I just got to get rid of this bounty hunter."
Yeah. So
So, in my mind, Han shot first. All this
Han
other stuff
shoots
is
first,
weird, and I have no idea why he says McCulkey.
but in this instance, they almost shoot at the same time.
They've got it down a little bit more. Um, I always like the out of nowhere Han just without even giving Greedo, but
Yeah, I
that's
did
me.
too. But Han still shoots first.
Fun fact: if
Yes.
you're ever interviewing Harrison and you ask him this question, if Han shot first, his answer will be like, "I don't care." Harrison Ford's great.
He hates Star Wars, doesn't he?
No, no. I think for a time he did, but now he he likes it. He respects it, but he likes to make fun of it, and he doesn't
Okay.
like to feed into the fandom behind it.
Uh, yeah.
Because when he came back for episode 7 with, I mean, the press tours, him talking about it, he just lit up on these interviews and stuff. He didn't like to talk about Star Wars a lot because he kept that persona, quote unquote, going. But you could just see he was having a blast doing this again. In
Yeah.
my opinion, I think it's more played up. Because at this point, if he starts talking about Star Wars, like that's not Harrison Ford.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And I don't think he ever really cared about the minutia behind all of it either. Ask him other questions about it, maybe. But anyway, McCulkey, do you have thoughts on this scene that I didn't rant about, or are
So
you in my same?
we're back to Vader, and they have now set course to Alderaan.
I think we missed a a scene on the Death Star with all generals and all the commanding officers, where I find your
Mm,
lack of faith disturbing, or I've just not got there yet.
we have not got there yet.
Okay, fantastic. So let's set course for Alderaan.
Yes. Now we're back to 3P again, and we see a bunch of troopers kind of wandering around Mos Eisley. We see that Luke and Obi-Wan are being followed. Then we get the wonderful meeting with Han Solo and Jabba the Hutt, which why did they ever add this into the movie?
Yes. So yeah, this is one of the added scenes as well, which is pretty evident of the CGI Jabba the Hutt. They filmed it,
And
and go ahead, because I've been talking a lot.
it's it's not even Jabba the Hutt. I mean, it's Jabba the Hutt, but like
Slim down.
he is he is significantly smaller than he is in Return of the Jedi.
True, but maybe he's not really moving in Jedi. He's reached peak slug at that point.
You know who I liked was Pizza the Hut.
Pizza Hut was funny. Part of the issue with this scene, there's several issues with this scene. Logistically, for the scene itself, we have Harrison Ford walks around the guy they got to play Jabba when they first filmed it, which is why he steps on Jabba's tail in his weird little jerky um, motion that he does. Because it was hard to make that look convincing. Because it's like, well, if he's walking around Jabba, the tail's there. What are we gonna do about that? Because the dude that when they filmed the scene, it was just a heavier set dude in a big fur vest. It's almost like a Viking. But anyway, in this scene, we also get to see Boba Fett for the first time, which I don't like either. So it goes and everything else. I think it's better that this scene not be in the movie, so we don't get to see Boba Fett until we need to see Boba Fett because he plays no part in here, and I don't think we need to see Jabba the Fett. Jabba the Fett.
Jabba the Fett.
I'm just shoving things together. We don't need to see Jabba the Hutt at this point in time. I like the mystery of what Jabba is that goes through because they talk about Jabba this movie, the next movie, and then we finally see him, and it's that reveal of this gangster. If we see him now, it's like,
Yeah, and he's little
yeah, he's not as
here,
big as in menacing.
and yeah, he was towering and menacing,
Well,
and
he was up on a
kind of a little kind of a little scary in
yeah,
Jedi.
yeah. Well, he was up on a plinth too to make him higher, but he was still. I mean, in the head of the puppet, there was two people in there, so he's two people wide. Where this guy is just kind of a dude sized.
One person wide.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't like that. But so now we get to Luke and Obi-Wan, and they find the Millennium Falcon, and they board as the follower guy, the guy who's following them.
So
sells them out to the stormtroopers.
his name's Garindan.
Grindan?
Garindan, the long snouted guy. He's been following
Grindan.
them, and he still sells them out to the stormtroopers.
So they gotta go in a hurry.
Yeah,
And they do.
and
And they board the Falcon
and we get
and they
six stormtroopers busting into Docking Bay 94, all shooting at Han Solo, and none of them hitting him.
well, if they hit him, the movie's over.
Well, true, but that was my comment earlier. How they couldn't hit a guy standing in the middle of a docking bay.
Ah, fair. But yeah, so we're off in the Falcon. It's kind of just sitting there, and Han Solo's like, "We need to go into hyperdrive." And Luke's like, "Cool, do it. What's taking so long?" And Han Solo's like, "Well, we're gonna be traveling much faster than the speed of light, and one minor miscalculation could hand us straight into a star, and then you explode."
Yeah, so the computer's got to do the coordinates, get the route set up, get in the right position. We also see two Imperial class star destroyers in orbit still. One of them might be the Devastator still, but there's not. What? I don't think so because I believe the Devastator headed back towards the Death Star at that point, and these are just two remaining ones that are still hanging out looking for the plans. Although Vader could have just gone back on a transport, not, but who knows?
Uh,
Somebody knows.
so we did gloss over the big Empire meeting.
I thought so.
It was in between when Obi-Wan was like, "Luke, join me to Alderaan," and it was right after that. Then they
This
go
is
to
where they tried to go to Alderaan.
before
Okay.
that.
Well, yeah. Okay. So we do have the meeting with the heads of
All
this
the
little.
all the,
Yeah, we got Grand Moff Tarkin at this meeting, Darth Vader, Admiral Mahdi, General Tag, uh, Colonel Wolriven, um, General Romdi, um, General Malak, and Chief Cass at this meeting to discuss what's going on.
yeah, and this is where what's his face starts mocking the Force, and Darth Vader chokes him.
Yeah, that's Admiral Mahdi. He's like, "Look, your hokey religion and your wizard ways have not helped us find the Death Star plans, get any closer to ending this. So forgive me, quote unquote, if I don't believe in you or what you're saying." And then,
Yeah, and I think he's planning just to kill him right there.
oh, he is. He wouldn't have stopped unless Grand Moff
Count
Tarkin
Dooku.
told him to. He's like, "Okay, okay, that's enough. You made your point. I don't want to I don't want to replace people."
Yeah,
Which starts which is a trend that starts in in Empire, but we'll get to that if we get to Empire or when we get to Empire. Fun fact:
yeah,
I think I mentioned this in another movie that we did, but at this point, Peter Cushing is wearing slippers. He's only being
yes,
filmed from the waist up because his
because
boots are too uncomfortable.
yeah, his boots didn't fit.
So there's only one real shot with it show him. He's like, "Great, that was fun. Give me slippers. I'm not wearing these boots again. Fill me from the waist up." And George's
Yeah,
like, "Okay, that sounds good." Um,
mm,
Also, the
yes,
Millennium Falcon, just to put this out there because I'm touching on pretty much every ship we see, is a YT 1300 light freighter, which has been heavily modified by Han Solo himself and the previous owner, Lando Calrissian.
right. We'll get into that later when we get into Jedi.
We will. But that's a
Yes.
fun Easter egg for people that know that name.
Anyway, we cut to Darth Vader, and he calls Leia to the bridge.
Yes.
And Captain Guy, what's his name?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Tarkin. I keep wanting to call him Dooku.
Oh, no. Yeah, Dooku's Christopher Lee and played in the prequels.
Yeah, no, I know, but they remind me of each other.
I mean,
Anyway,
they're both old classic actors who were in a bunch of horror movies. So
sure. And he's like, "Hey, princess, you're gonna tell me where the rebel base is?" And she's like, "Ha." And he's like, "Yaha." And she's like, "Ha." And he's like, "Yaha, I'm gonna blow up Alderaan." And she's like, "It's here." And he goes, "Thanks, blow up Alderaan." And they do.
yeah. So the system that she names is Datuine, which is like Tatooine on the outskirts of the like the
Of the
outer rim.
outskirts.
It's a far
Yes.
planet, and what Grand Moff Tarkin says is like it's too remote for a proper demonstration of what we can do. People won't know that it got blown up for a while. It won't put the fear into people like us blowing up Alderaan will. So we're gonna blow up Alderaan, and then we'll go take care of your rebel friends. Take her away. Oh, hey,
That's
hang on.
pretty much how it goes down.
And then he's like, wait. Let her watch this.
Oh yeah, because she watches Alderaan get blown up.
Yes.
And are her parents on Alderaan? No, they're not. I mean, who knows?
I honestly I don't know if they are not. I have always
But
assumed that they were.
okay, so we cut to Luke, and he's practicing his lightsabering, and Obi-Wan feels the Alderaan explosion,
Yes.
and he is very upset about it. He's very concerned. And then we got Chewie and R2D2. They're playing a little game of Star Wars chess,
Dejarik, or also called Hollow Chess,
and R2's winning
he is winning.
because R2's a stinking droid.
True. It's like playing the computer in chess.
And having it
Chess.
set on hard because R2D2's a little bit of a jerk.
I can't remember if R2D2 and Chewie actually met in episode 3 and they're just playing coy.
Chewie is getting upset at R2, and Han Solo's like, "You should probably let the Wookiee win because they have tendencies to rip people's arms off when they don't win."
Yeah. Yeah, because C3PO is like, no one worries about upsetting a droid. It's like, yeah, well,
Yeah,
droids don't hurt you when they lose.
yeah. And three PO is like, "Yay, R2, why don't you let the Wookiee win?"
Yeah, and I love these little pieces because they're all not animatronic. The auto autoerotic. No.
Cut that out.
Call back to Jurassic Park. They're all stop motion, claymation animated, little creatures, and they're fun,
Yeah,
which
I mean
works for the
that's
little hollow chess.
which I mean you can tell the difference between this and the last Starfighter because you know all the puppetry, all the stop motion and all that like the time is love.
Yes.
So in the last Starfighter we saw a lot of just computer stuff and it was get it done, make it look super cool and newy. Whereas like Star Wars, you can tell like these people worked on it themselves. The puppetry, the stop motion, the practical effects. It took time. It took precision. It took
Yeah.
a lot of I'd say a lot of working for free went into this. Like
It feels like it sometimes. They just because they
like
just got things done and the budget was so small.
right. So it's I mean you sit there and it's like, oh, we computer it and it's fine. And it's like, no, let's really sit down with these things and do it right. And even if it takes hours and hours to do the stop motion and do what have you, let's sit down and do it by hand.
Right.
And I
Well,
think that
and so
translated into the final product.
yeah, and as you mentioned, the last Starfighter went the different route with using CG with using computer graphics for a lot of their stuff. Tron had come out a couple years before and shown what computer graphics could do in the setting. So it was a new technology they were trying. It just wasn't what I think they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And if you decide to go one way, it's hard to pivot back. Like, you know what? This doesn't look great. We need a bunch more money to start building some models and shooting some stuff. Like, no,
Right.
finish doing
Yeah,
what you're doing and then make it good as you can.
yeah, it's pretty much you're stuck once you choose a direction, and it
Yeah.
didn't work out well. So I didn't think we'd be comparing Star Wars to the last Starfighter this episode, but I'm glad it's happening.
When
Um,
we compared the last Starfighter to Star Wars in the last Starfighter episode.
fair enough. But yeah, so Luke is not lightsabering too well, and Obi-Wan's like, I know exactly what to do. Let's put this over your eyes, and so you can't see. So those pesky eyes getting in the way.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Yes, sir.
When he says, I can't see with the blast shield down, that was Luke that was that was he couldn't see when he put it on.
Oh,
It's like, here you go. He's like, he can't see with the blast shield down. They're like, go with it.
yeah. And so yeah, he uses the Force, and Han Solo's not impressed. He's like, "Oh, you got lucky. Good for you, kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Your
There,
your
there's the
your old
debate.
timey religion is hokey."
Yeah, there's
What
the
he says.
debate here about hey, Han Solo's like, look, I've been from this side of the galaxy to that kind of side of the galaxy. I haven't seen one all-knowing force that kind of directs things. I make my own destiny. And to be fair, he's been piloting a time with the last 20 years or so, or 18 years or so, without Jedi in the world, without Jedi in the universe. You'd think people remember them a little bit more, but the Empire's done a good job about squatting anything that kind of reminds them of the what used to be. Because that's what
Speaking of,
happens with tyrannical regimes.
that's what happened in Dragon Ball Z.
That's what happens with tyrannical regimes.
Oh. I like Dragon Ball Z.
I do too, but I mean, they're like, "Hey, remember this stuff?" No, you don't. We took it out
No.
of the libraries.
Yeah, let's stay in fantasy. So
I mean, anyway,
let's stay in fantasy.
I mean, we are because that's what happened.
So speaking of the Empire, they find nothing on Dantooine, and they're like, "She lied," and Vader's like, "Duh."
I love that. I love that
Do
because
you think so? Like
Grand
what?
Moff Tarkin's so incensed. Like she lied to me.
Yes.
Like what? Of course she didn't.
You're surprised?
She would never give up the alliance.
What? She died before she gave up. Well, now she's gonna die. She made me a fool. It's like, hey,
You still got your demonstration, but
you lied to her.
yeah. You want a different target? Name the system. I'm still gonna blow up your planet.
Tell me
She's
where
like,
they
I'm glad
are,
I told you
or
a fake one.
yeah, if you tell me, I won't blow up Alderaan. Up. Guess what? I did it anyway. Hey, she didn't tell me the right place. Of course
Yeah,
not. Yeah, his feelings are very hurt.
yeah. It's fantastic. I
No,
love it.
the
Peter
choice.
Cushing's is great. He's like,
His I mean, and I know it was his choice. It was his choice to play it that way. You know, he could have
yeah,
played it where it was just like we knew all along she was lying to us, but we had to go check it out just on the off chance. But no, no, fully committed that she was telling the truth. Yeah, no, his choice was absolutely the way to go.
like, yeah.
Anyway, we're back on the
She lied.
she lied, and Vader's just like, yeah.
I could
Gonna-
tell that.
and, everybody else knew. Where were you? So yeah, he's like, well, we're gonna kill her then, or we're gonna terminate her. And Vader's like, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Anyway, we're back on the Falcon, and they come out of hyperspace, and they're like, oh, we're in a meteor shower. Shouldn't Alderaan be here?
Yeah, yeah. Han Solo's like, it must have been two meteors colliding. It wasn't on the charts. You know, it's gone. It's been wiped off. It's yeah. There's no Alderaan.
And Luke's like, no, maybe we're in the wrong spot. And Han's like, yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Well, I mean, the prospect of a planet being gone is a scary prospect.
Yes, it is. Yeah, oh, I have it written here. And then they run into a TIE fighter. And what I was gonna write in my notes when I first turned on Star Wars
Yeah,
and was watching it with the two spaceships in the very, very beginning. I was
yeah.
thinking about being like, well, when I say it, I'm gonna be like, oh, and then we have an X-wing and a TIE fighter fighting it, facing off, just to mess with you. 'Cause you would have gotten real angry.
I would have corrected you right quick.
You'd be like, no,
But
no,
yes,
no, 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 no.
but yes, we have a Tie Fighter, which stands for Twin Ion Engine Tie Fighter.
Okay, did not know that. But it's headed towards a moon.
Yeah, they're like, we were followed. It's like that's a small fighter ship. There's no way it's out here. Must have got lost or been part of a convoy or something.
It's heading towards that moon right there. And they're
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, that is a moon.
Han Solo's like, well, it's not gonna be around along us. He's planning on
Yeah,
just
that's right.
shooting
So
it out of the sky
which is
or space.
which is the way to go.
Yeah.
So they're gaining on it, much like the Black Pearl.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, it's heading towards that moon. We better get to it quick." And then they're like, "That's not a moon. That's a space station." I
Yeah.
think
It's like, no, that can't be a space station. That's way too big. Oh, that is a space station. That's not a moon. We got to get out of here. But
yeah,
it's too late.
it is too late. They are in its orbit and they're being pulled in.
They are tractored.
Yep. And so they get in, and the Empire is having the Falcon investigated, and no one's on
Oh,
board.
this is also as they're getting closer. This is the first time we get the I have a bad feeling about this line in Star Wars. This is one of those reoccurring lines that comes up in all the movies.
It comes up in all the movies.
Yes, somebody says I have a bad feeling about this, or I have a very bad feeling about this in all the movies.
All 7 of them.
Yeah, even comes up several times in the shows. It's one of the things.
Okay, cool. But yeah, they don't find anybody.
No, no. Obi-Wan's like, hey, there's alternatives to fighting. Shut up and just let us get taken.
Right. And yeah, the stormtroopers go on board. They don't find anything. We see later that our heroes have into the floorboards smuggling ship, so Han knows where to hide,
Yeah.
so they
Well,
can hide out.
Vader's
Not
there
they
and
seem
tells them to get a scanning crew aboard. He's like, "I want this ship completely scanned. You can't find anything. Maybe these guys can."
Yep.
Because I'm sensing something I haven't felt in a long time.
He feels Obi-Wan's presence,
He does.
and he
The
likes it.
the man that put the smack down to his previous master.
Yes. But nothing happens, and then I love that we get the old throwback. I mean, I guess it's not old from when it was filmed, but like where the heroes hide out and beat up the stormtroopers and steal their outfits.
Yeah, yeah,
Get that trope. That trope has been around forever. I love it every
yeah.
time.
I mean, one of the first instances I know of it was from the Wizard of Oz, where they jump the Winky soldiers and take their
Yeah.
outfits that infiltrated the Wicked Witch's fortress. So
No, it's great. Timeless.
it is.
But then they get into the control room. Obi-Wan goes his own way. He's like, "You guys stay here. I got some errands to run. Go get some milk and some cigarettes, something like that." I don't know. I don't know why.
They so they use the stormtrooper outfits to hide, and Luke is down at the Millennium Falcons because they're trying to radio these guys, and they're just saying they can't hear anything, which gives them to open the busts in with Han, start shooting all the guys in the control panel, and that's where they kind of hunker down. Um, Luke's telling them to be quiet. I mean, with Han shooting everything and Chewie yelling, it's no wonder the whole space station doesn't know they're there. But they're un they have not been found out yet. So yeah,
No,
Obi-Wan says he's going to go turn off the tractor beam system so they can make their escape. That they should just
perfect,
hunker down till Obi-Wan does his thing because he's got some that he needs to attend to while he's here. He thinks
perfect.
he's like, I'm passing the torch to you. This is your adventure now. I've got to do this thing. He's aware that he might not come back at this point, um, but Luke's not.
Right. And we realize that Leia is being held captive here, and Luke's like, "Ooh, we should go rescue her." And Han's like, "Don't care about her one bit. We're gonna sit right here. Old man told us to, so that's what we're gonna do. You want to go rescue her? That's your own business." And then Luke convinces Han to go with.
Yeah, it's like, hey, she's a
She's
princess. She's worth so much money, and I say, is she?
it's
All her money just got
well,
blown up. How
yeah.
much pull does
He
she have
doesn't.
now with
Well,
no planet?
oh, she's a princess of what planet? Don't say Alderaan.
Don't say Alderaan. It's like, speaking of Alderaan, she was the one that didn't give you that other 15,000 when we got here.
Oh, yeah, there's that. But yeah, so they're off to rescue Leia, and they have a plan to cuff Chewie. And Luke's like, "Yeah, here, come here, Wookiee." And then Chewie's like, "Do you want your face ripped off, like in that movie Face Off?"
Yeah, and Han's like, I got this. I see what you're planning here. So they've got block AA-23. Um,
You don't even have that written down, do you? You know that off the top of your head.
yeah,
So, fun fact:
I like fun facts.
Chewie is a Wookiee.
Yes,
Wookiees live for
several hundred
five,
years.
600 years.
Yeah, something like that.
So it's in the similar vein of Han Solo is kind of like Chewie's cat or dog.
That's a better comparison because, as we mentioned in the Indiana Jones um, episode, Chewie's based on George Lucas's dog Indiana,
Yes. So Han Solo is essentially Chewie's dog.
basically. Chewie's got a life debt to Han, and as soon as Han dies, he can be free and do his own thing. But they're best friends, so.
Yeah.
Um,
As well, yeah. I won't want to
but
talk
we
about it.
also we see a MSE-6 repair droid. Those are little mouse droids that run around the.
Chewie's mean to him.
Yeah, he yells at it.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, Chewie has lines. He has actual written out lines in the script of what Chewie is saying. Peter Mayhew says, because so when Han's responding like, "Yeah, you said it, Chewie," Chewie, Peter, my old man's crazy. He's like, "Yeah, you said it, Chewie," and then they just dub over him with the rars and stuff. So it's like watching footage with David Prowse talking because you're like that does not sound like Vader. It's like that is so weird to see Chewie talking.
do they have footage of that you can
Yeah,
see?
yeah. Look it up. It's pretty fun. One of them is where they're in a few of the other movies, but he's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "I don't know. Figure it out." Okay. He's just yelling out his
Okay.
lines because he's yelling them out because he's got to go big to make the roar to when they put the roars in. But yeah, he's or the little purrs and stuff that he makes. But yeah, it's fun
And
watching.
does Does Peter Mayhew make those noises too?
No, no, those are after the fact added in by other means, which I can't remember at the top of my head what they were. I didn't look them up.
Okay. Because yeah,
But
when you
now
first
people
started
imitate
talk,
that pretty well.
yeah, that was what was there? There was a prank done where a guy gave out. It was a Chewbacca contest. Win $100 for the best Wookiee call, and he
Yeah,
put his buddy's phone number down and posted it on a bunch of bulletin boards. So the dude for
that's
like a
awesome.
week straight just got bombarded with like Wookiee calls. But no, when you were saying that, it made me think of Groot in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I am Groot.
Because Groot, Vin Diesel, actually gets a script with Groot's lines, and
But
I
he does
believe
not say the lines. He actually just says, "I am Groot,"
he does just say "I am Groot," but he knows what Groot is supposed to be trying to convey, and I
which
think
is lets him do the kind of emotion to it or nuance to the "I am Groot."
yes. And from what I was told, him and the writers are the only ones who know what Groot is actually saying, and he has signed a DNR, so he does not
Yeah,
disclose that to anybody.
I mean, because there's certain times where it's like, okay, he's playing young Groot, being kind of a teenager, like, "Eh." So he says the more "I am Groot." Eh.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but
that nuance is pretty. So the original Chewy sounds are a mixture of various animals kind of put together. Bears, lions, walruses, and badgers and seals, kind of all those kind of noises put together to make these roars and squeaks and purrs and things.
okay. Yeah, so we're taking Chewie to the detention center floor. And we got
Yes.
Obi-Wan
Detention block
Kenobi.
AA 23.
Yes, and we got Obi-Wan Kenobi sneaking around.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. He's getting to where he needs to be to shut off this generator.
Yep. And then we got Luke and Han, and they are on their way. They take out the guard room.
They do, which is
They
which
pretty
is great.
it's such a cartoon moment.
It is. They come in like, "What's this?" Like, "Oh, it's a prisoner transfer from cell block 1138." It's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I gotta call this in, and they're like, "Oh no, the monster's loose. He's got my gun." As he hands him the hands him the gun, and they all start shooting the bad guys.
Yeah. Well, and I like that the guy's like, I have not heard any of this. Let me just call in and let me just call in and get this approved real quick for you. Like, no questions asked. You got a Wookiee. That makes sense. Yep. What do we got?
Well, I mean, that's
Like
why he
he
was
has
calling it in. He's like, I gotta verify this. I mean, it sounds right. We got a lot of people here in prison."
no, that's fair. Yeah. And then he's like, ah, he's got my gun.
Oh no, he broke loose.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
great.
but
Um,
they find Han finds out she's in cell 2187, and then he then he's getting a call over the radio like, "What's going on?"
oh yeah. The way he handles this is brilliant. No, everything's fine. Yep. Nope, we're good. Well, I'm gonna send help there. No, we don't need it. That's okay.
Like, "No, no, there's a every, we had a small weapons malfunction. Everything's good now. We're all fine. How are you?" So, fun fact, uh, Harrison Ford did not read this part of the script or not memorize this part of the script. He looked it over like once and then did it because he wanted it to be as kind of frantic and weird as possible. He's like, I kind of know what I'm supposed to say, so
Success.
let's yeah, and it's great because he's making it up as he goes along. He's like, we're fine. There's a reactor leak and very bad. Don't come here. Then he just shoots the comm links like, "Luke, we're gonna have company. They're on their way."
Yeah, he shoots it. It was a boring conversation anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we got company coming, and then Luke finds Leia, and she's like, "Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?" Like, what? I still don't understand.
Well, more stormtroopers are taller men, and Luke's kind of short. And
Okay,
I
I
mean, she
guess.
sees a stormtrooper. I'm gonna mock him. This one's a short one.
Yeah. And he's like, "I'm
She's
Luke
snarky.
Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you." And she goes, "What?"
It's like that means
And
nothing to
he's
me.
like, "I got your R2 droid, and I'm here with Ben Kenobi." And she's like, "Ben Kenobi?" She knows him as Obi Wan.
Obi Wan Kenobi. But
She's
yeah, he ended up saying the right things. Like, well, let's get out of here then.
all right. Let's go.
Yeah. And she pushes him out of the way and runs out the door.
Pretty much, that's the state of it. Yep. And yeah, we got cut back to Vader and his cronies, and Vader's like, "Yep, Obi Wan's definitely here," and Dooku's like, "Are you sure?"
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, Grandma Tarkin. And Vader's like, all right, I gotta go take care of this. And he's like, you want help? And he's like, no, I gotta face him alone.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming.
Yep. Then Han's friends show up. Oh, no, they're not Han's friends.
They are not.
It, Han Solo's company shows up, the
Yeah,
stormtroopers, and they start shooting everything. But there's only the one way out, so they got to find a backup way out.
yeah. They get a hold of 3PO really quick on the little the comm system they have. Like, what's going on? It's like, hey, the whole station knows you're there, so there's only one way out. We'll try and
Yep.
figure something else out.
And then 3PO and R2 have trick or treaters. Nope. They have people knocking at the door.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. They're
I
like,
don't know.
hey,
It's they
who's
got
in
trick or
there?
treaters.
It's like, oh no,
Oh no! So they make a good plan,
they do. They come up with a really good plan.
but we're not there yet. And then our heroes are bogged down in a hallway. Luke, Leia, and Han, and they're like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And Leia's like, "Well, we're not gonna just sit here to die." So she blasts open the trash chute and she goes, "Everybody in the garbage."
Our heroes are bogged down. Luke, Leia, and Han, and Chewie. We don't forget Chewie.
That's gonna come up later, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, good. Are you gonna be as outraged as I am about it?
I am.
And Chewie. I forgot. My sincerest apologies to the Wookiee. He's not really prominent in this scene though.
No, he's. I mean, he's big. He's shooting. He's staying out of the way, so he doesn't get shot.
Right. He's tucked behind.
But yeah, she blows
Anyway.
a hole in the trash chute door and says, "Get in there."
Right. And then at this point, so she hops in, and then Chewie's like, "I want to go down there," and Han's like, "Get your Wookiee butt down there," and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to go." And like that's the first and only time I think I've seen like Chewbacca actually look scared.
It's like, I don't care what you smell. Get down. He kicks him.
Yep. And they all jump in the trash.
They do.
And now we go back to 3PO and R2,
Yes,
and
the stormtroopers.
they get let them out.
Yeah, they break into the office and then let them out of the closet.
Yep.
Where 3PO is. I mean, he's on top of it. Like, they locked us in there. If you hurry, they were headed for the detention center. You might be able to catch them.
And they're like, "Thanks. Hey,
Yeah,
you random storm, you stay here and stand guard." And he's like, "Okay, yes, sir." And 3P's like, "Hey, so he got damaged. I'm gonna go take him down to maintenance and repair him." And Stormtrooper's like, "Good idea.
sounds good to me. Go on.
Go on." Too easy. Too easy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now we're back in the garbage. And
Yes. And we meet Obi. We meet Obi, the eyeball monster.
yes, we do. Do we?
Yeah, he's
Does
there.
he get grabbed yet?
Yeah, he gets grabbed first, then things start going on. Uh, Fun fact: this creature is a
He's
Dinica,
a dinosaur?
a Dinoga,
A Dinoga. Got it. Sorry, you cut out a little bit.
Dinoga. Sorry, I was talking fast. He's a Dinoga. His name is Omi, and he lives down here and eats the trash.
Ah, yes, because there's water in the bottom of it. They're like, there's something moving down here. And they're like,
Han's like, There's nothing moving down there. You're crazy."
oh yeah, okay. So that was actually up further up. They're in the garbage. They're all arguing and bickering. Because now they're trapped again. They can't get
Right.
out. There's something
Well,
alive in there. Luke gets
there's a
grabbed,
lot going
take
on.
yeah. And Luke gets grabbed and taken under, and they're like, oh, uh-oh. And then it gets eerily quiet, and they finally he's like Luke's like, shoot him. And he's like, where? And he goes, anywhere.
Yep. And then he gets dragged under the water.
So that was the one that rescued him when he says anywhere. So Han shoots and rescued, and then the trash starts compacting.
No, it doesn't. I mean, that doesn't let him go. He pulls him under the water, and they're sitting there for a second. Luke's gone. Luke's gone because they were shooting, and then he just got pulled under, and then he lets him go, and Luke pops back up. It's like, what
Okay.
happens? Like, I don't know. It just let go, and he let go because he heard the motors kick on for the compactor. He's like, oh, I can't be here.
So he went out under and out.
Yep. He moved on to another compactor room to stay hidden.
Yep. So now they're trying to stop it because they can't get a hold of 3P. But we do see that when 3P leaves, deal
You
with
can
it.
say 3P. It's fine.
It's not like it's wrong.
No, it's not. Just
They just never call
missing
him
the
that,
O.
and I will acknowledge that no one else calls him 3P. But I used to call him 3P when I was. Anyway, shut up. So, so yeah, we did see that didn't see. We glossed over the fact that 3PO grabs a transmitter as he's walking out to go
Yeah,
repair
'cause
R2.
he left it on the counter when they got locked in the
Yeah, but he leaves it
or when they
off
locked
here.
themselves. Yeah, he turns it off at that point.
Yeah, and so we're in the hallway, and it's like, he's like, "Oh, that's right. Good idea, R2. I should."
Yeah, because he tells
check.
R2 to find them, to plug into the port and see if he can find if they've been caught or anything. It's like,
Right, and R
check
two's
the
like, "Why don't you?"
transmitter. It's like, "Oh, yeah."
Oh yeah, hey, I turned it off. That's right. He turns it back on, and they're like yelling, "Turn off the trash mashers!" And they turn it off just in time. And three PO does not understand what cheering is.
Right, he thinks they're getting crushed.
Yeah, they're celebrating. He's like, "Oh my goodness, I was too late. Oh dear, oh dear." And we got Obi-Wan still snooping around.
Yep.
And then we cut back to our heroes, and we it's mostly just Leia and Han Solo bickering back and forth as they try to find a way out.
Yeah, yeah, he's like, "Hey, I had things handled till you let us down here." It's like, "Sure you did. They were shooting at us
Yeah.
with no way out."
And then we got Obi-Wan. He destroyed the tractor beam thing, and now he's making his escape.
Yeah, he turned it off, so they can make their escape
I think he more
without
than
being
turned.
dragged
I
back.
think he more than turned it off.
Yeah,
I would say he more than turned it off.
like sabotaged it.
Sabotaged it, yes, because if he just turned
Sabotage?
it off, they could turn it back on. Anyway, so now our hero gets caught. Heroes get caught, and well, caught. They don't get like detained or anything, but they come face to face with some stormtroopers. Luke, Leia, and Chewie run one way, and Han charges, screaming, and scares them
Yeah,
all.
they
And this is great. This is hysterical.
it it's great, and this is a good use of extra scenes and extra stuff for it. Because the original one, he runs down the hallway, he turns the corner, there's a couple stormtroopers standing there. Now, there's like 20 of them standing there when he rounds the corner in this hallway. He's like, "Oh, no!" He
Yeah.
takes a couple shots and runs back.
Yep. And they make a way. Let's see. Here's yeah, up, up. Yeah, and then so we get Luke and Leia, and they're kind of stranded where there's like a bridge, or it's supposed to be a bridge way
Yes.
across. And Leia's like, activate the bridge, and he goes, I think I just broke it. I
Yeah,
think that was
because
the thing I shot.
they split up. Uh,
Yeah,
Han
and
and, uh
Han and Chewie.
Han and Chewie are gonna go with the Falcon Ready,
Yep,
and, Leia and Luke are gonna go find the droid
yep. But yeah, they get bogged down by some
stormtroopers.
stormtroopers.
Uh, fun fact about this scene, um,
Yes. Fun fact
fun
about this.
fun do you have a fun fact about this?
No, go
Okay.
ahead.
There was no stunt doubles, for this scene.
When they
Mark Hamill
Tarzan across,
Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher did this scene, they did it once, and that was it. Like, "Oh, we're not doing it again, we got it, go."
because that looks scary.
Yeah, that's what they said, like, "No, we're not doing that again,"
Yeah.
because
So
they
they
did not have
Tarzan
stunt
across
doubles.
the safely.
Yep.
But we got Obi-Wan. He's looking around the ship still. 3PO and R2 are at the ship, and Han and Chewie are running towards the ship.
Yep.
And
Our heroes have
we
all
got,
coalesced back together.
and now we get our first lightsaber battle of Star Wars.
Do.
And Obi-Wan and Dark Vader face off.
Yes. Yes, they do.
You're not even going to acknowledge that I said Dark Vader instead of
Nope.
Darth Vader.
No, I'm not. Have you seen the fan made battle that takes place between those
I
2?
have I have not.
It's pretty cool. Um, it's
Oh, is it the one where there's the apologies given and they talk about the past?
I think they talk a little bit, but they battle through. They move through the ship a little bit till they get to this point.
Okay.
It's fun. They do a little bit more than just tap the swords back and forth a little bit. Um, which, to be fair, the last time Vader fought Obi Wan did it to him. So he's like, I'm a little I'm a little wary to fight this guy again. I've
Yes.
got to, but they're just kind of tapping it to feel each other out at the moment.
Right. And Vader notices like your power is weakened a lot because
It's been
I
20
don't think
years.
it's been 20 years and I don't think he's been really practicing anymore.
Yeah.
I think he's just been hermiting up. So we have Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi showdown.
It is the showdown. Dun, 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 dun. Jedi.
No.
Okay. Kinda.
So when I said I was just gonna get something that bugs me to no end, it's stupid. Okay. But here we are.
Oh, is it the fight?
It is the fact that Obi-Wan Kenobi keeps referring to Vader as Darth.
Okay.
Darth is not a name, it is a ranking, it is a title.
Yeah.
Originally, it was his name. His name was Darth Vader.
Okay.
So that's what bugs me is the fact of like, because now we have Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, Darth other things that I'm not thinking
Plagueis,
of. Right. And so to call him Darth, it
Darth
bugs me
Tyrannus.
because
It's I get that. I see it as at this point Obi-Wan's just referring to him as a Sith title. That's
really, so you actually
his right.
like.
I don't dislike it. I hadn't thought about it too much. He's just like, okay, Darth. It's like this is what you wanted, right? You wanted to be this. You're Darth. You're that's it. That's all I'm going to acknowledge you as.
I would call. I thought I don't know. Everyone else calls him Vader.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think Obi-Wan would call him Vader. Anyway, it just I don't know. It bothers me a lot.
I can see that.
Well, because then you get yeah, and then other people refer to him as Darth, and I go, no, Vader.
That's like calling somebody general. Okay, general.
If you're just gonna sit here and make sense, then I'm not gonna continue this conversation.
Okay.
But we after this we get and we get I mean, yeah, it's a pretty decent lightsaber battle.
I
It's not
mean,
the
for the
best.
no, they get better in the next movie, but this is it's an okay one. Like I said, they're both pretty hesitant to actually fight each other,
Yeah.
and
Well,
Obi-Wan's not
and
really trying.
no, Obi-Wan's got a plan from the get-go.
Yeah,
And yeah, so Han, Solo, and Chewie meet up with Luke and Leia, and they're all at the ship, pretty much.
yeah. There's just a whole bunch of stormtroopers guarding the place,
Right. There's a lot of them.
and then suddenly they're not. They're running.
The stormtroopers.
Yeah, they're like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Right, because we start
They
here. We start. Yeah, we start we see the Obi-Wan Vader showdown is moving into view of spectators, and so that's I think that was his plan was to draw all
yeah.
attention away so everyone can board the Falcon, except Luke's just sitting there watching like, oh wow, look at that. Isn't
Luke
that
sees it
cool?
too. It's like, "Obi-Wan, what are you doing?"
You're fighting Darth Vader. And then Obi-Wan looks at him and smiles. We will gloss over the fact that Obi-Wan tells Vader that if he strikes him down, he'll only be more powerful than he could ever imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really gloss over it. We touched on it now.
Yeah. But yeah, so Vader doesn't care because he's like, remember the lava?
Yeah, I don't
I
believe
was
you. I
I was on fire and you left me there.
It's like, well, you did a lot of things that were bad.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so Obi-Wan notices Luke, looks at him, smiles, and then
It's time.
it gets hit
Yep.
and
He
dies.
takes the saber to the side, and yeah, I mean, he transcends. I guess would be the best way to say it.
It's the only death like that in Star Wars.
It is not.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Name another.
Yoda.
Wait,
Yeah. Yoda's like, "Peace, I'm out." He disappears. His blanket falls, and he's gone.
are you sure?
Yeah. Yes, I'm sure.
Doesn't
How
sound
did
right.
how do you remember Yoda dying?
He just turns over and closes his eyes, and then he's just there, dead.
No, he disappears. He's like, "I need to rest. I'm tired. Goodbye."
Okay, I stand corrected. It's been a long time since I've seen the trilogy.
That's fair.
Anyway, Luke screams, gives away their position. They board the Falcon and they escape.
Yeah,
And then we got Luke. He's mourning the loss of his friend, and
he is.
Leia is trying to be comforting.
And then there's TIE fighters coming.
Then there are, and I mean, she's not. Yeah, there's Tie Fighters coming. They're not home free yet. Han Solo's like, "Hey, kids, suck it up and grab a gun."
Yeah. So it took me I never understood how the guns were on the Millennium Falcon or where the guns were for the longest time growing up as a kid. They
Up
just kind
top,
they just kind of ran back and disappeared. One's on top, one's on bottom. So Han goes up, Luke goes down.
right?
So they're sitting in these little swivel chairs. And for the life of me when I was a kid, I'm like, I don't know where those guns are. But so if anybody listening didn't know, that's where they are. They're right in the dead center of the ship. One's on top, one's on bottom.
Okay. Then they start shooting stuff.
They
There's three Tie Fighters, right?
yeah,
Luke gets one, and he's real excited,
yeah.
and Han Solo's less than impressed.
Hey, kid, don't get cocky.
But they kill them all.
Yep, they get them all there. The Falcon
Yep.
also has guns at the front that can be used from
Yes, they do.
the cockpit, but
Yep.
these guns are the heavy duty ones.
Right. And I think Chewie was manning the upfront guns.
He was
Yep.
putting the shields up too and making sure they were okay. But yeah,
Yep. But they escape, and Grandma is like, what's his name? Tarkin.
Grand Moff Tarkin. I
Yeah.
thought I thought you were talking about Leia.
Grandma Tarkin.
I thought you were
Grandma
talking about
Tarkin is like, "You're letting them escape," and Vader's like, "Yeah, we got tracking on it. It's fine. It's fine."
yeah, and I thought you were
They're
talking
they're
about Leia because she speaks up. It's like that was easy. That was too
yeah,
easy.
too easy.
And I was like, too
Right.
easy. That was
It's pretty easy for someone who didn't do anything.
yeah. It's like they let us go. That's the only explanation. They're tracking us.
They're-
Like not tracking this ship,
yeah. Nope, they're tracking them.
and they are
Leia explains about it, and Han's like, "I don't care. I want my money." And we get the Falcon landing on the planet
of Yavin 4.
of Yavin 4. They're getting settled in. They're scanning R2 for all the plans for the Death Star.
Yeah.
We realize the Death Star is close and getting ready to be in orbit. Um, we get a briefing on how to destroy the Death Star while the Death Star is getting into position. We get a layout, a map, all that stuff, where the weak points are. This gets covered a little bit more in Rogue One. So if you have questions about why heating vent is the weak spot, refer to Rogue One. It'll answer all your questions. And Rebels,
Their
we
own
see the
battlefield. They've got the schematics. They can find the weak spot. They find the weak spot. They get it all figured out. They know that they
yep,
need to do. They need to shoot at this exhaust port. It'll go down, cause a chain reaction because it's all attached to the power cells and everything else. Um,
yep.
and fun fact,
Yes.
there's a guy sitting next to Luke who is supposed to be Wedge Antilles. In this movie's Wedge Antilles is played by three people. This is one of them.
Okay.
And he's like, that's a meter wide. That's impossible to do." And Luke's like,
Two
"No, no,
meters
it's not
wide.
2 meters wide." Luke's like, "No, no, that's not impossible. I used to bullseye womp rats with my T16 back home. The ship I was talking about, the Skyhopper, um, that he wanted to get power converters for."
Yeah.
So he's piloted. He's like, "Yeah, we got this. That's fine. That's doable."
Yep.
So they got to fly down this trench, do the trench runs, and shoot away.
Yep.
It's like they
But
have a
now
plan.
the rebels are getting ready to mount their attack. Han Solo is packing up to leave. We see Luke's old friend Biggs, which I don't remember this part at all.
So this is one of the scenes they added. They filmed it. They just never put it in the original movie, but they had it and they added it for the special edition, where he actually reconnects with Biggs. Biggs Darklight is his name.
But now we have Wedge and Biggs.
Yep, Wedge and Biggs.
So, are you going to mention the Final Fantasy there?
No, I'll let you
Okay.
do that.
As Final Fantasy 7, there's Wedge and Biggs, and they're part of Avalanche, which is essentially the same thing as the rebels.
Oh, okay. As somebody who's never played Final Fantasy VII, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you have Barrett, who's part of Avalanche, and they're there to protect the planet, and they're the rebel against the evil empire. And then you have Wedge and Biggs, and yeah, I'm not sure if it's an actual Star Wars reference, but heard that, and I was like, oh, okay. Also,
It's got to be a
play
Star Wars
Final
reference.
Fantasy 7.
Well, I've got the PS1, so I should.
You should. It's a great game. But yeah, they're loading R2 into Luke's X-wing, right?
Yep,
Okay, good.
yep. Luke's flying X
Obi-Wan
wings.
Obi-Wan is force talking to Luke
Yep, he is.
because he can do that.
Yep, he learned how to do that from somebody.
That's what he was doing when he was a hermit crab.
Yep.
We learned that the Death Star is 15 minutes away from firing range as the X-wings go into attack mode.
There's also Y wings in this squadron. So there's uh, 12 X wings, the Red Squadron, and then
And Gold Squadron is
and
Y.
there's 10 Gold Squadron that are the Y wings. Those are the bombers. Um, Red leader is Garvin Durez.
Right.
He's the leader of the Red Squadron. Wedge Antilles, with his rank in the Rebel command, he is Red 2. Biggs is Red 3. Um, Luke is Red 5. Red 4 is a guy named Ron. Do you want the rest of them?
Keep going.
Red 6 is Jack Porkins. Poor Porkins.
He gets what he deserves.
Wow. Wow.
Tell me I'm wrong.
He did nothing wrong. He was just there to fight and got named Porkins because he's the bigger guy. That's not right.
That's what you meant. I had no idea. I was just guessing.
Oh yeah, so you see him in the fight. He's the bigger pilot, and they named him Porkins.
Yeah. Still mad about that.
Red 7's a late Rue. Red 8 is Burin Osei. Red 9 is Nasa Nitet. Red 10 is Theron Necht. Red 11 is Wenton Chen. And red 12 is Puck Nuko.
Thank you. Now what about gold team?
Gold team. Gold leader is John Dutch Vander. Um, red 2 is Evan Varen. Red 3 is Ryle Porson. Red 4 is Azar Bukos. Red 5 is Russ Kaler. Red 6 is Lernell. Red 7 is Paul Oken. Red 8 is Pomfen Lonat. Red 9 is Lepra. And red 10 is Meb Vullet.
Perfect.
There are the 25 or 22 fighters headed to take on the Death Star.
Yes, and we are at that point where they are roaming around, and the Death Star is too big and bulky to actually lock on to defend itself against these. So
Yes.
Vader's like,
So,
I have an idea.
I was gonna say there's a couple things going on here.
Yes.
They want to blow up the rebel base on Yavin 4. Yavin 4 is on the
Yes.
other side of another planet.
Correct.
The recharge time on the Death Star's laser is such that if they blew up the planet to get to Yavin 4, the base could evacuate and be gone by the time they have to recharge the weapon again.
Yes.
So they got to move into position and just take it out right then, because I believe a day or so charge time on this thing.
Right. It makes sense. I mean,
Yeah,
you got planet blowing up strength,
yeah.
and that was all the whole point of episode 7 was they came up the new Death Star. They had a way to charge faster.
We don't talk about episode 7.
Yeah.
But that thing charged by eating suns, which
Stupid.
anyway, I
I apologize. I there's only 7 Star Wars movies.
I mean, maybe we'll talk about it later, eventually. But right now we're talking about Star Wars: A New Hope,
Yes.
and the Death Star is coming down on Yavin 4, and
To
we've got
be fair, I did mention Star Wars: A New Hope.
you did,
Exact same movie.
yes.
Exact same movie.
From
When I said 7,
the
yeah,
Force Awakens.
yeah, exact same movie.
Yeah. I mean, in that movie, Han Solo says that too. It's like it's the same thing, just bigger.
Anyway,
Um, but yeah, so we've got the 12 ships headed for the Death Star. They're fast, they're quick, they're staying out of the laser ranges. Um,
Yep.
Death Star is a space station. It's not designed. I mean, it is designed to defend itself, but the real way it defends itself is with all the Tie fighters that are going to come out.
and they do.
Yep,
And Luke gets hit,
it gets
but he's
grazed.
okay. He gets grazed. R2's on it. He's the only one with the repair bot. It's
No,
okay.
they all have repair bots.
Oh, cool.
Each
Good. That's better.
each X-wing and Y-wing has an R2 unit in it.
Okay.
Astromech
He just
droid.
wanted his own.
Yes, he got his own. He got his buddy.
Fair enough. So,
Yeah, they made him
a-
Red 5.
and he is the only one that doesn't take lethal hits. He's the only one that gets hit that doesn't take a lethal hit.
Wedge gets hit as well, but his he's not lethal as well.
Okay, right. Wedge. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so R2's working on that repair. We're 5 minutes till Death Star's in range, and Darth Vader has now joined the fight.
Yeah, he's like, "Follow me, guys. I got this." And he's got a
We,
custom Tie fighter.
he does, so you know which one's him.
Yes, and it's
He's
awesome.
got he's rounded.
Yeah, it's got
Um,
the tie the rounded tie engines from the Tie bombers that
yeah,
help it go a little bit faster and steadier.
yeah, and so we lose a couple X-wings and Y-wings.
Yep, we lose Jack Porkins.
Yep,
We lose Red Leader.
he's the one that takes the first shot, right? He
He's
gets in
like,
range.
ah.
He takes the shot and misses.
Red Leader takes the first shot and away. Negative. It didn't go in.
Okay.
They set that task to Red Leader, the guy who's supposed to be in charge.
Yep. But yeah, so and then we got them going down and okay, yeah, because the first attempt, that was Porkins and he got taken down. He was going for it and he got shot out of the sky.
Yes, he was going. He didn't get near it, but he was. Yeah, he got shot down. And he got shot down to an extent where he got pulled down into the gravitational pull of the Death Star and just exploded on the surface.
Yeah.
Because you saw him go, nah.
Yep. Got too close. Now this is the second attempt. They go for the win. Yeah. So the leader does not want to bail. He's getting a little too confident. We go for the second attempt. Vader's closing in. He gets his shot off, but it's no good.
Yeah, that's the one. You,
And
you hear him. He's like, negative. It didn't go in. We'll come around again for another shot.
yep. And Luke's like,
Still,
we gotta go. we gotta go full speed. And he's like, I'm gonna go in.
Yep.
And then they're like, are you sure you can handle that kid? And he goes, oh yeah, it'll just be like Gorky Canyon at home.
Beggars Canyon. Corey. I don't know why Gorky's Canyon got me. Bro- I- a lot of the stuff I understand because the names are weird and not. This is Beggars Canyon. It's very average for names in the Star Wars. Like, oh, it's Gorky's Canyon. What? You know, good old Gorky. You know who Gorky was, right? He was the new school marm, and he was on a runaway stagecoach on Tatooine and went in the canyon. So they named it after him. Bonus points to anybody gets that reference.
Are you gonna tell us what the reference is?
Oh, you don't know that reference? It was a Back to the Future 3 reference for Clara's Ravine.
Ah, I was trying to think of who Gorky was.
There is no
I was like,
Gorky.
was that the driver's name in Maverick?
No, there is no Gorky. You made it up.
I was confused. I'm like, I thought I made that up.
You did. I'm just.
Apparently I was wrong. No, I was right. Yep. Nothing but fiction. Okay, so Biggs gets wrecked.
But yes, we lose Biggs as well. Luke is sad.
Yeah, because they were gonna catch up with stories after this.
Yeah,
Now they're not.
very, very hopeful of him to, to think there might be story time after this
Yeah.
attack on the space station.
We're gonna go blow it up. They're not gonna see it coming. Then we're gonna have story time. Be a campfire. We'll have marshmallows. And now then we hear more from Obi-Wan Force talking, and that causes Luke to turn off his auto
Yeah.
aim.
He's like, you know what, Luke, you should really just use the Force. I'm like, but I've got an aiming computer. Use the Force. Okay. Yes,
Yep.
sir. Is this part of my
So-
training? Why do I still hear you? Are you in my head?
Anyway,
The Force is mysterious. Just trust me. Okay.
Solo
got you.
Han Solo comes in and rescues Luke because Luke's got people on his tail that he can't shake. Tell me I'm wrong.
Just jumping over stuff.
What did I miss?
So yes, Luke's doing this run. He turns off his target computer, and the base is like, "Dude, what are you doing?" He's like, "No, I got this." You turned off your target computer. Yeah, I got this. And then Vader comes up behind him, and he's been taking people left out of the sky, left and right. And we got Vader coming up on Luke, getting him in his sights. And just as that happens, Han Solo comes out of nowhere with the Millennium Falcon, hits. I guess we'll say, yeah, he grazes Vader's tie. Sends him spiraling out of control. So he blows up one of the Vader's side ships because he's got two ships flanking him. He hits one of those, blows it up, and it causes Vader to shift and move and go flipping out. Luke's all clear. Let's blow this thing and go home.
And he does.
He does.
He shoots, direct hit, and we see an explosion of the Death Star as they are flying away.
Yes.
And
we
we are
see
back.
we see 4 ships flying away from this as the Death Star explodes. The Millennium Falcon, 2 X-wings, and a Y-wing.
That's all that made it.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
horrible.
Of the 22 ships that started this battle, and 23 that were in the battle, only 4 left.
That's
We
awful
lost 19.
numbers. That's awful.
That is.
That's bad.
However,
they don't care anymore because all that they're just celebrating.
they took out the Death Star, which I got to touch base on. I got to touch on this as an added additional thing. It's not an additional scene, but it's updated with graphics. The explosion of the Death Star,
Okay.
that ring that comes off of it, just a poof, that looks so cool.
It does.
The ring from the trench, because it's more of a weaker spot on it. That's why they did a great job getting that added. That is a good use of enhanced graphics to enhance versus some of the other things that we did.
Right. And we glossed over the fact that Darth Vader shot R2D2.
We did. We did. We did
We're
gloss
back at
over that.
base. They're
R2D2 got shot
celebrating.
and isn't talking.
Right, and they're like, "We will get your R2 all fixed up. We can repair him. He's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. He'll be fine. He's fine."
Yeah, and in a, I mean, R2D2 and C3PO are Leonard and Sheldon. He's like, don't let my friend die.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, we get the celebration going, and then I never much cared for the ending of this movie.
I was gonna say, so before we get too deep into the celebration and everything, the three pilots that survived from the original, the actual rebels, were Wedge Antilles, uh, Luke Skywalker, and Evan Valeri is the Y-wing pilot that survived.
Okay.
These three are the three rebel troops that made it back after, and then Han Solo showed up and kicked butt, and then we get the celebration. There's the big
Yep.
pomp and circumstance. Everybody's standing there to honor the heroes, honor some of the heroes of the battle.
Right, and then we go to. I'm not really sure where this is.
It's on Yavin 4.
Some kind of castle palace thingy.
It's on Yavin 4, where the base was.
Okay, they're in a different room of the base.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of temples and things like that that's been outfitted.
And yeah, so there's everyone's there. This is a big old celebration honoring Luke and Han Solo,
Like I said,
and not
some of the survivors, some of
and
the
not Chewie.
pilots, and
Chewie
and
doesn't Chewie doesn't get a medal.
not Evan or Wedge either. They were in the battle. Sure, they didn't take the final shot, but they were there the whole time. All of them should have got medals,
Yes, Chewie
especially
doesn't.
Chewie. I mean, if they're gonna pick and choose, like, okay, Luke did the final shot and Han saved Luke so it could happen, fine. They get medals. I know they're the outsiders too. They weren't part of the whole rebellion until till now, so let's honor them for stepping up. But that's your co-pilot. He was flying while Han was shooting.
Yeah, yeah. No, Chewie didn't get a medal,
He did not get a medal.
and there
And
is
since
actually. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and since we probably won't ever do the sequel movies,
Probably.
in I think it's the ninth movie, Rise of Skywalker, Chewie gets a medal in a very, very pandering way.
I don't
I
even
I
remember that.
I know they're like the idea was, okay, Chewie didn't get a medal in the first place. People were talking about that. People are upset Chewie didn't get the medal. I don't know why they made that decision of just these two. But regardless, like, we'll give Chewie a medal in this last movie. Here you go. Here's your medal, you furry furball.
And it's not even
Happy
Peter
now?
Mayhew.
No, it's not even Beta Mayhew. But it irks me. It feels weird. It's like, oh, here's the medal you get finally. It's like, no, stop it. But I can say that about a lot of these movies and the sequel movies. So
Yeah, no, if my family, if my kids weren't in the theater with me for episode 9, I would have walked out halfway through.
was the last movie I saw before lockdown.
I think ours too. Um,
But yeah, the only reason I brought it up is because they somebody made the decision like, well, let's give Chewie the medal. Why is he gonna get it? I don't know. We just hand it to him and say, here's your medal. Sorry for it got lost in the mail. No
that
pomp,
would have
no
been funny.
circumstance. It just gets handed a medal. Like, here, Leia
Yeah.
had this for you.
And yeah, so we get that really awkward medal giving ceremony, and then a really awkward smiling and clapping, and
Yeah, they all
Chewie
look at him and
standing there.
smile. Now,
Chewie standing there without his medal, and we get the reveal that R2 is okay.
yes, he's okay. He's polished up. He's looking good.
Yep.
C3PO is polished up too and standing off to the side because he
And
showed up with the.
he's always had that silver leg.
Yes, it's a repair.
Is he ever all gold?
I believe he's all gold in episode 2, and that comes in after that. But I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen the prequels.
Not so bad,
Uh,
are they?
no, I enjoy the prequels.
Me too. Anyway.
Now before we leave the scene completely, somebody took this scene and took the music out
Okay.
to show what it would be like in this hall where it I mean, they may have had music playing, they may have had this music playing, but they took the music out as if it was just like, okay, they walk down the hall, they get their medals. It is so awkward to watch.
It's awkward with the music.
It is, but take the music out, it's really awkward. They just walk down this hallway. They walk down the line, stand up there, get their medals, turn around. There's there's no fanfare, there's no music. It's just awkward silence.
Yeah. But there you have Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
We do, yeah. Everybody's clapping. They get their medals. cuts to the credits, and we get dun, da, 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 and the Star Wars music.
Yep. So, Marshall,
Yes.
what are
You want me to
your
go? You want me to go first?
final thoughts?
You usually go
How
first on
long?
my movies.
No, I don't. You go first every single movie.
Do I?
Yes.
Since when?
That's always.
Oh,
58 episodes, Marshall.
even on my
58.
movies?
Yes.
I think season 1 when it was my movie, you went first and then I said it because then you would come in with your movie after that.
Fair enough.
I think, but
Since I've been running all the episodes now, as far as timeline wise, because I lead us into roll credits and then I introduce you to your final thoughts.
yeah, I think so. I think I asked like half the time, like, "Hey, do you want to go first?" Since it was my like, no, I would just talked a bunch.
Yeah. Every
Um,
time, well, don't you go first on my movies? No, not since
so
season one. Go
hey,
ahead.
I think I've made it abundantly clear during this whole episode that I like the original theatrical release better than special editions because of some of the things they added and changed. However, I do appreciate the updated graphics and things that were done sparingly and to exaggerate the not exaggerate, but lift up the world as opposed to add more plot points. Um, like I like the scene with Biggs. We got to see more of that. That felt more appropriate to add in versus the scene with Jabba or McCulkey. Um,
It's like Kevin wasn't in this.
See, it's the kid from it's the kid. It was the Star Wars universe's version of Home Alone starring McCulkey, and Greedo loves that movie and actor, and just had to say it before he blew his head off. Uh,
Wow. Keep
but
going.
I like this movie. It's one of my favorite movies, and as we talked about early on, it stands on its own. You
Hmm.
could watch this and just be like, okay, that was Star Wars. That was great. That was fun. It was designed to be its kind of own thing. Rebel Alliance defeats the Empire, blows up the space station. Pieces going to start going back to the galaxy. We're all good. Then you start digging into a little bit more with what everything was. With the rebellion, the empire, was that it? Nope, that wasn't it. We find out there was an emperor, which in hindsight, you're like, oh yeah, I guess there would be an emperor to an empire. Uh, what's that about? And then we get more things that happen with that. Uh,
Yeah. Hey, Darth Vader actually survived. You know.
yeah. He tumbles away. We find out what happened to him. There is a really funny robot chicken bit of Emperor Palpatine and two of his little henchmen taking a phone call from Vader after he kind of after everything had happened. Is like, what do you mean? What happened to the Death Star? What the heck's an aluminum falcon? Where are you? We don't hear Darth Vader's side at all. It's just him reacting to it. It's pretty funny,
Robot
but
Chicken's got some really good bits.
they do. But yeah, like I said, I love this movie. I think it's great. I will watch it several more times. I will not continue to rant and go on about my thoughts about the sequels because they left me sad and disappointed.
Truth.
But I did like the prequel trilogy. I have grown to like it more than I did at certain points. But I'm as far as Star Wars and New Hope, it is an amazing movie that I will come back to over and over again. You're up.
I like Star Wars.
That everybody.
No, thanks for listening. No, it life gets so busy, and I forget to watch Star Wars, and that really bums me out when I watch Star Wars because I'm
You
like,
like
oh,
Star Wars?
I like Star Wars, and I'm like, it's been so long since I've seen A New Hope. I don't recall even watching it since I've been married to Rachel, and we love Star Wars. Like we went and saw 8 and 9 together.
Yeah.
I think I don't. I know we went and saw 9 together. I think we went and saw 8 together too, because maybe not. But it was. We might have watched a little bit here and there of some Star Wars, but not a lot. And it's like Finley's getting to that age where it's like he loves Lego Star Wars, and it's like, okay, buddy, I think it's about time we get into the real stuff. Like, let's do it. It's. I mean, you and I have had so many conversations about Star Wars and about different theories and like Jeff's even come in and I've talked to Jeff about Star Wars and we've shared some theories of like maybe Darth Vader's not as bad as we think or different plot holes and different ways of looking at stuff.
I mean, not the younglings.
No, it's more of yeah, yeah. But like, maybe I'm gonna cut the stuff I say. Maybe I'm gonna cut out everything I speak for Jeff. Well, let's see. In this episode, Tristan's got me liking the Empire, okay with killing younglings, and no, but Jeff has a lot of interesting perspectives too, and he's always been really fun to talk Star Wars with
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah.
He'll ruin a movie for you too, though. You be careful talking to him about something.
Oh yeah. No, but I mean, I do know this for sure. He hates 9 as much as I do.
Not as much as I do.
Yeah. It,
Um,
that's maybe we touch on a few other Star Wars things after you're done with your final thoughts. I'll let you go some more.
but no, what do you say that people don't already know about Star Wars? Like, I love it. I'm gonna make more of an effort to put it into my movie rotation. Um, After this, we might end up just watching the rest of the trilogy for funsies. Probably gonna watch episode 4 with Finley and actually make him put down the video games and watch the whole thing,
Yeah.
and probably do 4, 5, and 6 with him. This probably kicked off a full on 7 movie Star Wars watch
Nice.
for us. I think that's gonna have to happen. But yeah, takes me back to being a kid. Great.
Yeah.
I want to see, I want to I want to see the theatrical releases because I don't recall seeing them.
I mean, if the first time if the first time you remember seeing Star Wars was with me in my room, it just before the special editions came out, there was a 3 box a
You
three
got it
box
was the
that came out that was enhanced, the digitally enhanced higher definition versions where they cleaned up a lot of the cells. They got the movie in a really good spot. It's the 3 pack I have where it's Vader, Stormtrooper, Yoda on the 3 boxes.
those are the ones I have.
Okay, that's the
Except I'm
VHS.
missing. Except I'm missing Jedi.
Okay, the Yoda one.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
missing the Yoda
Yoda's
one.
on Jedi, Stormtroopers, Empire, and Vader is on New Hope.
So those are the ones to watch if you want.
The,
Those are the ones I remember watching with you.
Yes, they've enhanced. It's still got it's not special edition, so it still has the like theatrical cut of stuff. It doesn't have the Jabba scene. It doesn't have McCulkey. It doesn't have the extra scene with Biggs. With it, it's a good version of it. After that, everything is special edition, and then no, we haven't had a theatrical release of these movies like the theatrical version, the original theatrical version release of these movies since the 90s. At this point, it's over 26 years, 25 years, um, and I know a lot of people want that original theatrical release. Um, I just don't know. I don't know what Lucas's deal with Disney said. Like, you can never release the original theatrical cuts again. This is the new movies now. This is it. This is what they are. They're not that anymore. Or Disney's just like
Money.
they'll keep buying what we sell them regardless of what it is, which is what happened to the sequels.
Yeah,
Um,
and they were right.
but ever since Disney's acquisition, there has been there's been a handful of good things and a lot of misses with Star Wars. Um,
I'll have to get notes from you on what's good, what I
I
should watch.
I highly recommend Rogue One.
Yeah, well, yeah, I consider so. I say there's 7 Star Wars movies.
I
There's
know.
the original trilogy, there's the prequel trilogy, and then there's Rogue One. Those are the seven
Yes,
Star Wars movies.
Rogue One's a good bridge between the two trilogies. It leads straight into A New Hope, and gives you the context of all the stuff
Yeah,
of how we got to the point of the Death Star to being where it is and what happened.
it's it's on caliber with 4, 5, and 6.
Right, right. As somebody said it, it's like they made a whole movie to fix a plot hole in Star Wars because why would there be an event that can blow up the whole thing? Like, well,
Right.
watch this. It tells you what happened.
Yeah, perfect.
Um,
Solo was not great. It was Firefly.
Solo was okay. I did not think it was. I d- I didn't care for the guy that played Solo. He felt more like Dash Rendar
Mhm.
to me than Solo. And if it had been a Dash Rendar movie, I think that would have been awesome. I think if it even changing it and saying this guy's not Han Solo makes it better because it's we don't leave this character in a spot where he would be the Han Solo, from the movies. It felt off. It just there was something about it. And if he was a completely different character, I think it would have worked a whole lot better. Um, but Andor is really good that series, and I really liked half of the Mandalorian.
Now, half the Mandalorian is the Obi-Wan series any good?
I never, I didn't get around to watching the Obi-Wan series, but it changes a few things that we thought we knew from how the timeline went. Um, so I do need to sit down and watch that. But after a few missteps with Disney and Star Wars, I kind of stepped back from just watching everything that came out as it came out. Um,
Yeah, that's what I've done too. That's what I did after the sequels trilogy was I was like, I'm just not gonna.
with in my opinion, the sequel's getting progressively worse. Due to one of the biggest factors is they made three separate movies that didn't really connect to each other.
No.
Um,
Well, and
and
then
and I will say this: The Force Awakens was fun. It was a good. I think it was a good movie, and I enjoyed it. There's things about it I didn't like, but overall, I enjoyed that movie. And I also liked Return or The Last Jedi as a movie, as a sequel and a progression of the story that was being told through Star Wars. I did not care for it
okay.
as a continuation, and then nine is just an abomination.
Yeah, yeah, no. So like what bummed me out most about the sequel trilogy cuz like I went and saw episode 7 and I was like, "Oh, nostalgia.
And
Oh, possibility." And
yes,
I was
that is
excited for what
exactly
they
what
were
they
going to
did with
do.
that.
And it was like I made jokes. I'm like, "Oh, it's a New Hope again." Like they remade A New Hope.
And they did.
What so and it was like 7, 8 and 9. 7 was Han Solo's movie, 8 was Leia's movie or Luke's movie, 9 was Leia's movie.
Yes.
Like it was closing out all those three main characters. And what bummed me out about it is you spent episode 7 introducing us to Finn, to Poe, and to Rey, and then you did absolutely nothing with those characters. Except at the end of 9, you kind of tried to do something with Rey that was really stupid and
Yeah.
reduced her to a love interest.
Yeah. Yeah. There was
And it
there was
was like garbage. Why did you? And it's like, why did you waste all that time, even developing those characters, even giving us those characters? You didn't have to. It would have been much more interesting if you would have done a Han Solo movie and you would have made Han Solo the focal point of that.
yeah.
And how are you going to do a sequel trilogy and not put Han Solo and put everybody together once?
That I think is the biggest misstep and disappointment of the whole thing is that we did not get a scene with Luke, Leia, and Han in that entire series. We were going back to this world that we all loved and grew up with. Um, and you couldn't put our three heroes back together again. Four with Chewie. I mean, heck, give us everything. Put Lando in there. We want a scene with the characters we grew up with.
Right.
And that's the biggest misstep and missed opportunity that can never happen.
Well, and so and more to the point of like continuing the story, like and I've talked about this before, and I'm not I'm gonna reference something that's not Star Wars to make my point.
Okay.
You have Boy Meets World, right?
Okay.
You continue the story on with Girl Meets World,
Yes.
where it focuses on their kids.
Yes.
It's a decent show. You get 3 seasons out of it. You don't really gain the traction. It fizzles out. It ends. It was okay.
Yeah.
You have Fuller House, which takes your main characters from Full House and follows them into who they are now, and then has little B storylines with their kids. And it's a huge success and takes off. And you get 5 full seasons out of it
Yeah.
because you have the nostalgia. And so the mistake they made with Star Wars, I mean, there's so many mistakes to make. If you want to play on the nostalgia of it, you have to continue with the characters that are already established
Right.
because
And one of the
you're
things
going to disappoint people and they're going to stop watching your show or your
yeah.
movies.
One of the things they wanted to do is they definitely wanted to establish their own characters and new characters that they can grow, considering they have, what, older actors and they need to just kind of progress and move on. They handle the departure of the old characters poorly, in my opinion. I don't
Right.
think they advanced the world, the story, or building as well. Um, and they had a whole bunch of bait and switches because not to call out J.J. Abrams, but what he does, his big thing is I'm going to create a bunch of mysteries that I have no idea how they're answering. Here's a mystery box. Here's a mystery box. Here's a mystery box. Bye. I'm out. I'm not making the next movie. And I mean that was one of the big problems with Lost too. He created all these things like, what if this happens, and what if this happens? Why does this happen? Who knows? We'll figure that out as we go. It's like, no, you need to have a little bit of a plan,
Yep.
and to not have an idea of how these three movies are going to come together and end and quote unquote end the Skywalker saga. Is what they call it, the Skywalker saga. These last three movies have very little to do with any Skywalker whatsoever.
No, the way they round out the last three of the trilogy of movies, it now makes it all about the Empire,
It
all
is
about
now.
Darth Sidious.
I call it the Palpatine
The
saga.
Palpatine, that was his name, Palpatine, the Palpatine saga. That's what it is. It's his
The-
rise to power, it's his overthrow, and it's his return.
yes, that it is the Palpatine saga at this point. If you're watching all three, otherwise it's the
Before
rise and
that, it's
fall.
Skywalker.
Before that, rise and fall and redemption of Vader, the Skywalkers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but like even going into like okay, so you talked about how they handled the original characters poorly. No kidding, because you get Rey and you get Han Solo together flying the Millennium Falcon, and you immediately see that bond there. I mean, they have good chemistry. They had good chemistry,
They did, and I mean,
and
there's
to have them like r- you could have had so much reuniting Han Solo and Princess Leia together through Rey and have them have this whole story arc of them making up for the loss of Ben to the dark side and bringing up Rey and taking her in. And then you reunite with Luke and pull him out of his, which I hate everything they did with Luke Skywalker. Oh my, are you kidding me?
yeah.
Absolute garbage. Not even in the character. Luke Skywalker is not Luke Skywalker. Nothing that happens after Jedi that they tell us has anything to do with the character development that we saw throughout the original trilogy. That's just bogus. But like, you want to create a new character, you have Rey, you come in, she meets Han Solo, gets with Chewie. They have that bond, reconnects with Leia. That gets those two being like, we have a second chance at redemption for where we messed up with Ben. They start coming together with Rey. They start seeing, oh, she's got the Force. What are we gonna do here? Boom, you got Luke Skywalker. They go get him. They have a whole story arc with getting him off of his little mopey pad or whatever he's been doing. They bring him back in. Boom, they're trying to figure out who Rey is. We learned in episode 2 that I think it's teased that Obi-Wan Kenobi may have had someone that he once loved. So what if she ends up being Obi-Wan Kenobi's granddaughter? Boom, you tie her into the light side of the Force, and then you got that whole connection there, and you go and you take off with something.
Yeah, and a lot of that do has to do with the lack of planning. Disney spent billions on Star Wars and didn't plan a trilogy. They planned it. They planned. Let's start a movie. Let's hit the ground running and go. You do the next movie. Like what's happening in this one doesn't matter. Just make your movie. And I mean, because they didn't have Ray figured out. At one point, they was going to be. At one point, it was going to be. I mean, if you don't want spoilers or anything for the last three movies, the 7, 8, and 9, or just don't want to hear our rants about it, we're going to do that for a little bit, apparently. Uh,
Yes, we
but
are.
originally, Ray, they had talked about her being Luke's daughter, and that they had to hide her because the implications of how the Jedi Order went and things like that. There's even cut scenes and stuff from video games involving where Kylo Ren calls her cousin because he finds out who she is. Just recorded lines, but they hadn't figured her out yet. So in the second movie, not Colin Trevorrow, Ryan Johnson made that one. He made the movie he wanted to make, subvert expectations, and just play with Star Wars characters how he wanted. It's like, okay, Rey's a nobody. She's not from anywhere. She's force sensitive. She's just there. I'm like, okay, cool. That kind of works. It means the force is coming back. It's more prevalent now. Let's do that. That works. And then in the next one, they're like, well, actually, she was the daughter of a clone of Palpatine, so she is force sensitive, and she does it matters. Like, what kind
Worst
of convoluted,
decision ever.
and it's like retcon throughout the movies. And I get retconning things, but to not have an actual plan in place for these characters that you want to continue on with was just foolish and stupid, and wrecked what they could have done. Also, the fact that they brought Palpatine back, not to knock Fortnite, but that's where it was announced. Palpatine's back on Fortnite. And then in the movie too, they mentioned, well, Palpatine's back somehow. Like, let us know what the heck happened. No one knows. He's just back.
And then to make it even worse, they kill Kylo Ren, right?
Yes.
And she uses a Sith power to resurrect him, which is the whole point that turned Anakin evil in the first place.
I don't even know if it's a Sith power, but Force healing. She heals and brings him back to life, and is like, that's what that dude wanted to do. And he threw the whole galaxy into darkness because he couldn't save Padme.
Right?
I mean, to be fair, the Jedi Council and did him no favors. Um,
Sure. But the way Palpatine presents force healing
yeah,
is it's like it's the long lost dark force power. Only
yeah,
only from the dark side of the force can you do it. It's long lost. Only a few handful in the galaxies knew how to do it at one point. Now there's only one. Like,
and that was all manipulation tactics to get Anakin on his side.
oh sure, yeah, we can just chalk that up to
Right. But
anything.
I mean, the
But
the the
it's still
Jedi
garbage.
Order, the Jedi Order got so far away from what the Force and the Force was and what it was meant to be, um, that they completely. I mean, they failed Anakin in several different ways.
Oh, oh yes. I mean, like,
It's like, hey, we're
how
the
many times?
Jedi Order. We're the Jedi Order. We know you're supposed to have attachments, but you know what? We're gonna go get your mom for you.
Yeah, I mean, they and like, s- I mean, yeah, the Jedi Council. Let's not get started on the fact that like they're supposed to have some kind of a sense, and like they literally turned this kid into the dark side by completely like ignoring him
Right.
and neglecting
And
him in every
apparently,
step of the way.
spoilers. Apparently, we're gonna talk about the prequels too. Because he's supposed to be the kid that brings balance to the Force. Um,
He does, to be fair.
and that being said, if you look at what's going on there, I mean, he does,
And
just not the
okay,
way
so
that I thought he was going to do it.
well, and let's hold on, because they're like, oh, he's here to bring balance to the force. Is there a rampant number of Sith running around at this current? It seems like the Jedi Council are pretty well dominating the
Yeah,
world at this point, and it's not. It's definitely not balanced. It's definitely unbalanced in the way of the light side and the Jedi.
yeah.
So they're like, "Oh, this kid's gonna bring balance to the force," and it's like, "Are you sure that's what you want?"
Yeah, what does this prophecy say? Is he gonna bring balance to the Force? Is he gonna take out like completely? Is he supposed to take out the Sith and just kind of make it all good? But I thought you couldn't have good without bad, the dark without the light. You needed both to kind of coexist together to make the world go around and things will
Right?
move freely.
Yeah, and then but by the end of episode 6, he fulfills the prophecy and destroys the Sith, which is great because it comes full circle, and you can end it. That's why it ends so well, is because oh, it said that he would destroy the Sith,
Yeah.
which he does. Episode 6, he Darth Sidious takes the plunge,
Yes, and he is
and it's balanced again.
yeah.
So, success. Prophecy fulfilled. Good job, Jedi Council.
Yes, in a roundabout way.
Yes.
From a certain point of view.
Fair.
You said Darth Vader killed my friend. Well,
Eh,
you know, anyway.
yep.
You want to keep ranting or you think we're good?
I think we're good. Let's save it for if we have more for the next, because I see you looking over at somebody.
Oh no, I'm good. Um, but yeah, definitely wanted to touch on a few things a little bit. The like we did.
Yeah. We're also 4 hours in, so
We are 4 hours in, and it also feel like we need to get people that like Star Wars to make Star Wars, but that's a whole different thing.
yeah, it is.
So, um, okay, I don't have anything that I think our rants petered out.
I think they did. Yeah.
We got our information out there. We said our piece. We're all unhappy with the Jedi Council, and we're all unhappy with the sequels
Yes.
in some fashion.
Correct.
Because I mean, there's parts of it that are good, but it's overall.
Oh, ugh,
Uh,
right.
and never mind. It's the okay. I do have to say this because
Okay, go.
it
Let's
is
do it.
stupid and it's a big plot point of nine. The quote unquote Sith dagger that they find to lead the way to the holocron that they need to find where Palpatine's at. Do you remember that at all?
I blocked out that movie.
Yeah, so they got to find this Sith dagger, which when you're looking for it, when you're thinking about it, and they start playing it up, the Sith dagger, like, oh, okay, it's an old Sith relic that'll lead the way to this hologram that might show that shows a way to an old Sith temple or Sith training ground, Sith planet, basically. That might be kind of cool. So They find it and like, okay, where do we go? Well, we have to go to where the second Death Star crashed. Like what? What do you mean crashed? That thing disintegrated when it blew up. Um,
Oh,
and
right, the Death Star remains.
yeah, and there's dagger. You open it up and you hold it up to the Death Star remains, and it points to it like, no, there is no Sith around to make this quote unquote Sith dagger to lead to this place that shouldn't exist in the first place because of the decimation of the Death Star 2. I mean, it's like someone handed J.J. Abrams the cliff notes of what happened in the first three Star Wars movies and said, "Here, make a movie. Do I need to watch these? No, no, no. This thing happens. This blows up. That happens." It's like there's parts left. Could be this ancient Sith dagger will lead you to Palpatine's throne room. Like, no, no, that happened 40 years ago at best. There's and no Sith is making the next Sith we get in line from the downfall of Palpatine and Vader is Kylo Ren. Who's making this dagger? No one. And why would they make it? It's all stupid and contrived, and I hate it so much.
Yeah, I hated it so much, I blocked it out of my memory. You started talking, I go, "I have no idea what this is," and then finally, you're like, bits of the Death Star, and I go, "Oh, that's right, that's where the whole final showdown went down in 9, isn't it? Death Star parts."
Yeah. I got passionate about it. It
Yeah.
upset me. So yeah. I I have watched 9 once since it came out, and I watched it since it came out, and I watched it in the theaters just to see if, like, maybe it left a bad taste in my mouth, or I wasn't in the right space to watch it, or, it's like, "Okay, maybe it's better than I thought it was." Nope. No, it's not. It is not. They store star destroyers in the ocean. They're spaceships. They get crushed under the pressure. They ride horses on top of spaceships. It's all stupid. Anyway, come back for my next TED Talk where we talk about episode 9 a bit more because I have more things to say, but I think we're done for today
Yes,
because we watched a excellent movie
we
with
did.
joy and it was good. I don't know. That petered out. I was frustrated. Anyway, yay Star Wars. It is, and I've heard this a lot because it happens that some of the worst critics of Star Wars are Star Wars fans, and sometimes it's legitimate, especially when things get made poorly,
Yes.
which I believe 9 was made poorly.
Yeah, I agree.
Finn should have been a Jedi too. They made Poe a smuggler. They had like 5 fake deaths in 9. Ah!
Oh my gosh, drove me nuts.
Oh, here's a character you love. We're gonna kill him. Oh, guess what? We didn't kill him. Here's another one
Did
that's gonna wipe
we
his.
got you good, though.
Yeah, we are gonna kill this. Oh no, he's back. Oh no, we're gonna kill this guy. No, no, I'm kidding. He's back. I'm just kidding. He's dead again. It's like the heck. Grr. And as I keep talking, let's finish this. As I keep talking, and I know it's always hard to stick an ending on things. Like stick the landing, the ending. Sometimes they don't work out great. Sometimes they work out. It endings are hard. Sometimes they're unsatisfying. And the things I was disappointed with in Rise of not the Rise of Skywalker of the Force Awakens. I could get past. I could see where they're going. Like, okay, let's go with this story. Let's see what happens here. I was not angry and upset at this point. And I don't know if I was angry, but I was just sad and disappointed after watching 9. It's like it felt contrived, it felt lazy, it felt forced, and it didn't feel like they cared about any of the characters because everybody changed so much from all the movies.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's I mentioned that was my rant about Luke Skywalker.
Yes, yes. Everything just was off.
Yeah,
Seeing Yoda as a puppet again was fun.
yeah. As much as I liked Yoda, though, like, why is Yoda can incorporealize? What do you?
He was a force ghost, which I get, but how could force ghosts are not supposed to be able to affect the actual world. Otherwise, they could just come back and do stuff. I'm Yoda. I'm going to summon lightning. What? Anyway,
Yeah. Well, should I interrupt you with what's next before we get to another rant?
yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Fun fact:
Yeah.
in 1994, Kenner action figure Kenner, the toy company, started a new line of Star Wars action figures, Power of the Force. And that's when I started collecting Star Wars action figures. I have a complete basic figure set from the first few waves, going all the way up through episode 2. When episode 3 came out, I think I wasn't living at home anymore and money was tight. So I didn't get any of those figures. Um, I enjoy my figures. I like them, and they also did a special line of Shadows of the Empire, the video game that was on the N64.
That was a very hard video game.
Yes, it was. I wanted to end on a positive note, and I have fond memories of those figures, and I've got them around. So let's see what we're watching next.
So I
Please don't
thought
say episode 9.
I thought a lot about just hitting it back to back with Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I opted against that
Okay.
because I wanted to give us some time to listen to the episode when it airs again, to reflect, to have some thoughts, and to get some distance. So maybe if we do the next Star Wars, we can have more to talk about instead of being right on the heels of Star Wars.
Well, that makes sense. I get that.
You know, because sometimes you listen to something and weeks later you think of something. So I wanted to give us that space to have that.
Yeah, and we could go
Um,
back to like, hey, these are things we had about the first movie that we didn't talk about then because we didn't think about
Yeah. But anyway, so I also thought about breaking our blockbuster trend, and I just couldn't do it.
them.
But I'm going to go in the same vein of a movie involving America's sweetheart, this one being Tom Hanks,
Okay.
and we're
Okay.
going to watch him get cast away.
You okay. You mentioned that last time when you thought I
What?
was gonna do cast when I said Pirates of the Caribbean, like, oh, I thought you were gonna say Castaway because I said the ocean movie.
Yeah, so we're going to do Castaway.
This should be fun. I haven't
Yep.
seen
And
that in ages.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Have you not seen the whole thing? Or
I have. Just last time I saw it all the way through was theaters
okay. Okay, Castaway. That should be a lot of fun.
because Star Wars is an awesome movie, buddy. Okay, but I'm just wrapping it up now, Finley. All right, so join us next time for Castaway. If you'd like to reach out to us, you can do so. Watch it, bro, podcast at gmail.com. We are on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Watch It Bro Pod. Our intro and outro music is provided by my lovely wife. That intro being Blue, that outro being Orlando. And as always, thank you for watching.